This cute little thing? This? Oh, why does the webcam look so much better here too? But for some reason, I really tried. Mike is muted in the second scene, yes, but it's because it's the wrong mic, because I don't know what the changes that Ethan made last week. Thank you, Marina's coffee. Viz, thank you so much for joining me, of course. This stream is going to be wholesome Christian content. What else could it possibly be? G'day, Nagozo, how you doing? It should just be the same mic? Yeah, you'd think. Like, okay, if I unmute here, does that sound like the same mic? It looks like it's different because the levels are different and it's much quieter for some reason. Looks different to me. Yeah. I don't know how to fix any of it. It's so bad. I should turn this down a little too, actually. Hello, audio test. I'm testing my audio, testing my audio, testing my audio. All right, then we're gonna do this. Hello, gamers. All right, we're doing it. Okay. Gaming. Sick. Thank you, Cockney Charmer. Yes, everybody, new podcast went up with Neil Newbin this morning on on the Play Watch Listen channel about his role in Dead Take, in which I completely forgot that he plays Heisenberg in Resident Evil because Neil's such a fucking good actor that it just like you just forget, you know? He's just insane. We don't need to set up multiple keys. We do need to wear a bikini. Is it a string bikini specifically? Do you plan to make stream with Samantha Sloan and Kate Siegel in the future? Yeah, they're currently all up in Canada filming hit Amazon series Carrie. So they're not here right now, or I would. We did hang out recently though. I was there a few weeks ago. It's actually Kate's birthday this weekend, and she was trying to convince me to fly up for it, but I can't afford it. I don't be having the type of money right now where you can just fly to Canada for your mate's birthday. But I may unironically like remotely zoom in. I might actually do that for her. Alanah read it as a joke, but I didn't read it that way. Oh, if you're referring to the string bikini thing, the bikini comment, that's because we were talking about that last night on stream. Context. If that was random, we'd have issues. But it wasn't. I was referring to a thing yesterday. Sorry, Jeff. Otherwise, I would have been like, fuck off, dude. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. FaceTime with iPad on Roomba to go to the wedding. So, what Kate's doing for her birthday was actually my idea. Because I thought it would be really funny. I've always wanted to do, I actually wanted to do these at Funhouse. I had so many ideas cooking at Funhouse that people now do all the time. But they were like, nah, we're good. Everyone was so jaded by the time that I was already there, you know, like they were just so, like I love all those people. They're all basically my best friends, but God, they were just so jaded. There was so little I could do by the time that I got there that like people talk about when Funhouse was dying. I think that, Bruce, they knew that things weren't going well, and I think that Bruce hired me because he hoped that having a new young person might fix some of those problems, and it didn't. I didn't stand a chance. Or maybe I was the wrong young person. Like, you probably would have needed someone way more energetic than me, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I very much think that I was hired to try to, like, come in and bring energy to things and, like, fix what was clearly going downhill. He knew what I was being walked into. But one of the ideas that I had that like people do all the time, and maybe I found it on the internet and just didn't like remember it at that point in time, whatever, was doing those slideshow things where we make people like present a slideshow. You might have seen people do that at parties. So my pitch for Kate's birthday party was everyone has to do a slideshow. But it is specifically drama about somebody that like the group of people at the party doesn't know, but they hate. So like it's basically like you bitch about somebody from your childhood or some shit that you absolutely hate that nobody else in the room knows. because I feel like that would be really, really fun. I thought it would be a really, really fun time. And so they're doing it, but I can't go. But I thought about maybe pre-recording one or like zooming one in. I would just have to figure out who I'd do it about. I think that like if I have a lifelong grudge, one of my best friends in primary school, um, I think her name was Cassie. She was super cool. Big fan of Cassie. And we used to do triathlons together. So I would do the swimming portion and the bike riding portion. And she would do the running portion because I've never been able to run, shitty ankles, asthma, but I could do the bike riding parts and I could do the swimming parts. I was a super fast swimmer, have a bunch of swimming trophies. Okay, bike rider, right? But we would do triathlons. We did them for like several years together, me and my best friend Cassie. Context, my mother was a single mom at that point in time. My parents broke up ages ago. And we just didn't have any money, right? Like we just really did not. I didn't grow up with money. My first console was a Nintendo 64 that was like 2 years late and secondhand. You know what I mean? Like I was only playing video games rental. Like we didn't have money. So we were winning these triathlons and we won one of them. And the reward was a bike, a brand new bike. We won. My mum couldn't go to the award ceremony because she had to work. My dad was not in the picture at that point in time. Thankfully, I'm very close to my dad now. Got very lucky to be blessed with two great dads, but he wasn't at that point in time for good reason. So Cassie's mom went, took the bike, didn't tell my mom. Again, this single mother who couldn't afford shit, who would have loved for me to have a brand new bike. That would be amazing because I think my bike like came from like my neighbor or something like that. Took the bike, taught Cassie how to bike ride, started doing triathlons without me. Cassie's mom is the bitch, yes. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that an awful thing to do? Like, not even just to me. Like, she basically stopped Cassie and I from talking completely. I think she, cut me off. I actually had multiple experiences, throughout childhood where, my mom really cared about education and so tried very hard to get me to go to good schools. Always public schools. We couldn't afford private schools. So I only went to, good public schools. But my mom tried really hard to get me into good schools. And so I was always in school with all of these rich people when I was poor, basically. I don't want to say poor. There's a spectrum. We didn't have a lot of money. And I dealt with so many adults. I feel like Cassie's mom took that fucking bike, taught Cassie how to do the bike riding part. I think Cassie must have done the swimming parts too, right? I was definitely a better swimmer than her in school, but she just took them over from me because she got this fucking bike that my mom totally deserved. But I'm pretty sure she made us stop talking because I was lower class. And that happened many times. When I was in primary school, there were a lot of the people in my primary school, which is elementary school in the US, were going to private schools because they could afford to. I could not. My school, I went to Kedron State High. And all these, the kids that were in my primary school were going to all these rich people schools. And I was not. And I don't think I had any real shame about it. I didn't try to hide it or anything. I was just I actually found out that a couple of other girls in my grade ended up going to my school, Kedron, but lied to everyone about it so that they would not have to tell people they were going to a public school. But basically, cut that part of the story short, is multiple of these parents told their kids not to talk to me anymore because they knew I was fucking 12, 11, 12. And they told their kids not to talk to me anymore because they knew that I was going to a public school. Adults. Several of them. Multiple times. And then I had the same thing with some of those girls or boys that I stayed friends with after primary school, that I was still friends with even when they were going to private schools. Their parents would interview me because I went to Kedron, which is not a terrible school, but not a great school either. It's just a fucking public school in the middle of Brisbane. And so some of them didn't want their kids talking to me because I went to a public school. Some of them would interview me when I came over and be like, why are you at this school? What are you doing? Assuming I was a drug dealer or some shit. And it's crazy for me to think about now because like, I didn't really care. Like, for whatever reason, I was like, all right. Like, I didn't really give a shit. I think, I don't know. I feel like that's like an autistic thing where there's just a lot of stuff that just like kind of, I'm like, whatever. And it just kind of like rolls over. I just don't even really think about it. But, when I think about it now, as someone in their 30s, I'm like maybe the age where these people, they would have been maybe like 40. I have many friends who are 40 years old. The idea of saying that shit to a child because they went to a poor school is incomprehensible to me as an adult. Like, one of my friend's kids, Rigby, who's Mike Flanagan's son, he's 13 or 14. I love Rigby. Huge gamer. He's dope. Dude, like, he's like currently doing like Pokemon card tournaments, and I hung out with him when I was in Vancouver, and he's playing Subnautica, so he just like showed me a bunch of shit. Anyway, the idea of me talking to that kid, I don't even know what school he goes to. I don't, why would I care? It's just like wild. Wild. And I like, I'm like, I feel like I had a really great education. I did well in school and all that stuff. But I also think that there's something to be said for like, I wonder how much it shaped me that all of these adults were like bullying me for not being rich enough for their kids. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if my mom had not put the effort in to have me make sure that I was going to the better public schools, like the better area public schools. It's wild. It's crazy. Shouldn't have been poor. Great point. That's a great point. We did have like a period towards the end of my high school years when my parents had more money because my stepdad made pretty good money for a minute there. So there was like maybe like there was like a 4-year period where we were okay. And then they, right before the financial crisis, whenever that was, I'm gonna totally have my timelines wrong. They had bought a bunch of trees or something. I was a child. I don't know what the fuck was going on. They bought a bunch of trees because they recognized that he was making good money, so they were trying to invest in something because they figured it wouldn't last. And so they bought a bunch of trees, and the company that owned the land that the trees were growing on went bankrupt, and so they didn't get any of their money back. So they invested in something, all of that money was gone. So then we went back to having no money. And then my stepdad got cancer, and so he couldn't work anymore. And then he had to try to work because my parents were going to lose the house. So he was a traffic controller for a while. Couldn't do that. So they had to sell the house and move to a cheaper area. Classic mistake of investing in the tree market. I know. You can't do it, man. Can't do it. Goes wrong. Goes wrong. So you never know what's going to happen to that land. You know what I mean? I don't even know where they were. I was like, can we go visit the place where all these trees are or something? And they were like, no, we don't own the land. We just own the trees that don't exist yet. And you all wonder why I'm so critical of capitalism. You know? You don't know what capitalism took those trees from me, dude. Capitalism gave me those trees and then took them away. And I didn't even see the trees. Not even one time did I see those fucking trees. I don't even know what they look like. I don't even know what kind of trees they were. I guess I could call my mom and be like, you remember those trees that you invested in that you lost all your money on that one time, and then you had to make the old man who was trying to retire do manual labor, and then he couldn't because he got cancer, and then you had to sell the fucking house because you couldn't afford to live there anymore, and then you had to move into the middle of fucking nowhere. Do you remember that? I'm sure she'd be like, yeah, there's fucking trees. Yes, this is my Nepo Baby cover story. You got me. You got me. It's weird to think about because kids are so smart but aren't resourced to communicate that. Yeah. Anyway, I don't remember how I got here, but point being, that, yes, that would have been my slideshow. Would have been about Cassie's mom. Cassie was, I'm pretty sure it was Cassie at least. Oh, hang on. It wasn't Cassie. It was Adeline. It was Adeline's mom. Cassie was my childhood best friend. Adeline was second, and it was Adeline's mom. 100% it was Adeline's mom, not Cassie's mom. Cassie's mom, his name was Robin, I think. She was fucking cool as shit and hot. It was Adeline. Imagine if the PowerPoint went out. And I was like, wait, not Cassie's mum. Not Robin. No, it was Adeline's mum. Yeah, she basically just like didn't like me because we didn't have money. And my mum put in all this effort to make sure that my sister and I went to good schools. So we were often around rich kids, but they were still public. So it was like, I don't think we have public primary schools private primary schools in Trinidad. I think it's only secondary. So yeah, I was always in the public school system. And some of these shitty mothers just did not like that. You just didn't like it. Yeah, big apologies to Cassie's mom. I think I saw Cassie not that long ago. We were like primary school besties, and then I moved, and then she started dating somebody I went to high school with, which was crazy. Like, it was such a weird, like, she ended up moving, we never caught up again, and then she started dating a guy that I was in high school with, George. It was so weird. We're like, whoa, Cassie's back, that's crazy. But anyway, that would have been my slideshow presentation. I could have found her name probably on Facebook. I could have tracked down fucking Adeline's mom and been like, she took the fucking brand new bike that I deserved. I did 2 fucking legs of that race that we won from the single mother that I had, who I'm pretty sure was either borrowing my bike or got my bike as a hand-me-down from my neighbor. I don't remember. I deserve that fucking new bike, dude. Crazy. It's sometimes really weird, like, living in LA. I'm sure this happens anywhere, to be honest, not just here. But I've had this conversation with, like, friends like Mike Flanagan, Kate Siegel. Like, those are people who have good money. Like, they have a lot of money. I'm happy with the money that I make. I'm not making enough money that I can, like, I'm not in a, like, LA spectrum of, like, I can't go buy a Prada bag, you know what I mean? But, like, I'm happy with the amount of money that I make. I don't need more. But I have all these friends who are very rich. Very, very, very rich. I mean, I don't even have a car. Like, it's not, you know, but I'm doing good. Happy with where I'm at. But I have friends who are very, very, very rich and very successful. And they're so normal. And I went to this coffee shop in Venice Beach maybe a month ago. And I went in there, and I'm in my Alanah way, and my hair's kind of messy, and I don't dress that well, and I'm like a little scrappy. I'm just always a little scrappy. It's nothing I can do about it. It's just who I am. I don't care enough. Okay? Shut up. And there's all these, like, we call them yuppies in Australia, which is basically just like rich young whites who are like, They're like, it's like, yuppies like a specific subculture of, like, I guess it would be kind of similar to the US. What do you call the people who wear, like, you know, they'd like tie the blazers over their shoulders? What are they? Yeah, like preppy. Oh, yuppie's the term in the US as well? Yeah. Okay, my bad. Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought it was just an Australian thing. So there are all these, like, yuppie people there. And sorry, is my audio too low? There, I fixed it a little. Maybe I can make it a little higher. I keep peaking. Does the peaking sound terrible? So I'm trying to not peak. There, it says I'm peaking. Does it sound okay? Or is it all right? Average? How do we feel about peaking? Seems fine? Okay, maybe it's filtering it. So I go to this coffee shop. There are all these yuppies. And they're like, yeah, like boat attire outfit types. You know what I mean? And they're like, they have nice glasses, and their hair's all perfect, and beautiful fake tans, and like covered in jewelry, and like just really well presented. I don't feel negatively about these people. They're just like they're just very different. And they have this just like aura of rich that is so uninviting. And so I feel like if I were at a coffee shop and I saw the people who are my friends who are super rich, I could easily talk to them. They're so normal. And I basically had this conversation with that group of friends who were like Hollywood people, where I was like, what's the distinction though? Like, how did you, Mike Flanagan, end up so normal? Like, he's just such a normal, he's just such a guy. He's such a normal fucking guy. And he's funny and he's not up his own ass, even though he's incredibly talented, you know what I mean? And I was just like, I had this conversation with all of these people. I think like Michael Trucco was there, who is like one of the most beautiful men I know. Like he's so beautiful, it's absurd. And he's like from Battlestar Galactica, and a bunch of whatever. And I was like, well, what's the distinction? And I think the difference between the people that I know who are rich and then the people who would do what Adeline's mum did has to be that they come from money. I think it has to be. Exactly, HMS Bounty. I think the people who come from money are the people like Adeline's mom who had money, who then fucking passed that down to Adeline, and then she becomes that person. Yeah, old money. It's just so different. And it's like, I feel like I live on a different planet to the old money rich people. Like when we are never going to have a conversation. And again, I don't have a problem with them. It's more that I think they don't want fucking anything to do with me. I swear too much. I make video games for a living. Like it's never going to happen. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm really trying to articulate. It's just, I think that there's like this huge distinction between like all the people that I know who are rich and chill. I don't know how much money James Gunn has. I'm sure he has a lot of money. Very cool, chill, normal dude. Just normal human being, normal human man. But, and then the LA yuppies, I just can't even imagine them having a conversation. It's just so weird. It's just so weird. Like, different levels of rich have different impacts on people, and I guess maybe if you're born super rich, I mean, statistically, probably multiple people in this chat realistically are born rich. I'm not trying to shame you for that, to be clear. It's not, that's okay. It's you didn't do anything about that, you know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like it's just like the things you care about are very different, in no small part because I think maybe if you're born rich, the wealth is like very important. Whereas like if I lost all of my savings tomorrow, it would be like, oh, okay, I'm back to where I was 6 years ago. Like it's not like I wouldn't know how to survive that. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter to my identity at all. None of my friends would care. Yeah. Maybe. I often feel strange because my family has lived in my city for a while, so I'm not rich. I have property inheritance, makes a big difference compared to my friends. Yeah, one of my friends in high school, again, public high school, her parents died early and gave her the house, so we went to her house for parties all the time, and it definitely set her up very differently, but not in a way that changed who she was. She was really friendly about it. She was like, come stay in the house. Anyone want to come I have this fucking house now. So we just hung out there all the time. Oh, thank you, Wonder Plays. I appreciate that. The rich don't appreciate the money, maybe? Yeah, I guess. And I feel like it must be really interesting for people who only have money later in life to raise kids to try to avoid instilling that on them. Like my weekly treat as a child who, in a house that did not have very much money was a McDonald's Happy Meal. Thank you, also the Wild. So that was like, we got that of a Friday. My mom would do her grocery shopping. My sister and I had to go with her. And at the end, if we were well behaved, she would give us a McDonald's Happy Meal and sometimes a pack of Pokemon cards. If we were extra, extra good or got good grades, we'd get a pack of Pokemon cards, which was like $1, I think. That's what my, like, treat was. That's what I was like, I must behave to get the McDonald's nuggets at the end of the week, which I still love. And I just feel like if you have a child who can just ask for anything, like it's just the standards have got to be so different. They're like, yeah, you can afford a fucking $4 or whatever it was at the time Happy Meal, bitch. Like it just must be so different. I don't know. It's because all the rich people you know are creatives, and you can't be a successful creative person without having some degree of empathy. I have considered that it's creativity. Life is shameless. I have considered that all of the really wealthy people I know are very, very, very creative. And I think the like trust fund rich people, of which I know none. I don't think I know any like crypto rich people. Like, I don't think I know any stock market rich people. Like, I think pretty much everyone I know who is rich is rich from creativity. And I think there's a difference in that the trust fund stock market rich people probably just do it because they desperately want to be rich, whereas the creative people happen to be creative and happened to get rich off of that. You know what I mean? So it's two very different goals. Are game devs rich? No. I would not consider most game developers to be rich. Depending on what they are, I suppose. There are some who definitely are, like Cliffy B, pretty rich. Gabe Newell, pretty rich. But on a whole, my game dev friends, like all of my colleagues at Santa Monica Studio, renting with multiple people. Very normal, sort of like middle type situation. No one owns a fucking house. Yeah, unless you're not rich, which is like a whole other thing, and not technically impossible. Yeah, they got to be in production or be in a very small group of famous devs. Yeah, I mean, like I imagine like Team Cherry's probably pretty rich, right? But yeah. Scummy rich people probably come from making money, then all star. Yeah, I think so. I think that there are like maybe creatives want to create rather than make money, and there's a difference between that. I do sometimes wonder who the richest person I know is. It's hard to say. I've never asked. It's tough. I'm curious though who it is. There are options. Like, I feel like James Gunn's got to be up there. He's got to be pretty rich. Markiplier. He's got to be pretty rich. Google's not accurate though. What is Google says I have so much money? Like what? Google says I have oh fuck, I hate Googling myself. There's just nothing. I literally just Google Alanah Pearson net worth. And it's immediately Kotaku in action. I cannot look myself up on the internet. I can't see it, but I think like my net worth is listed as like 1 million. And that ain't fucking true. I don't have 1 million. Oh yeah, I do know Ludwig and Ray and Hassan, I guess. I don't know, because the Hollywoods, they gotta be very wealthy. I really don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, maybe I should buy more trees. That's what I gotta do. Just buy some more trees. Net worth and how rich you are is different. Not to the internet, though. Like, the internet, like, people fully assume I'm a millionaire. Again, I've said this a million times. I don't even have $100,000. I don't have $50,000. I'm not even close to a millionaire. I don't know where it comes from. They're like, but you have a podcast. I'm like, yeah, it's independent. It doesn't have any sponsors on it. It's entirely independently funded. Like, what do you mean? $1 million? Could be Mark Hamill. Yeah, maybe. Again, I really don't know. I really don't know. It's very hard to say. Ooh, Phil Spencer might be a good call, actually. Phil Spencer is a CEO. Phil might be the richest person I know. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I know any other, like, company heads, but, like, I don't know Bobby Kotick. I do know Phil. Did you get to meet Mark Hamill through Rahul earlier? I met Mark at a Christmas party a few years ago. That was Mike Flanagan. Kate Siegel had a Christmas party, and he was so lovely. He was so lovely. We spoke for ages. XQC, I do also know him. I think Phil Spencer's got more money than XQC. Chat with Elon. I don't chat with Elon anymore. That's very cute, Moonlit. You might be the richest person I know. At the end of the day, the richest person that you know is the happiest one. Yeah, I really held out on thinking that maybe Elon could change, and then I really gave up. So, yeah. What happened? We don't. I don't do that no more. That's not happening anymore. James is worth like 60 to 70 million per Google. That's what I mean. Who knows? Truth is clean, people don't ever become billionaires. Oh yeah, I mean, that's certainly part of like why I don't have $1 million. Not that I think I've made enough money to have $1 million anyway. Like it's not possible. I just don't make enough money. But I give away a lot of money. I don't really stand a chance there. There's no way that I ever become a billionaire or even anything remotely close to that. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. No, and I don't need it. As said, I'm happy with the amount of money that I make. I'm good. Happy. Life is good. I'm working on some cool stuff. As I said the other day, the only reason that I want more money right now, which I do, is to fund cool creative stuff that I'm working on. If I had enough money to just pay for Layers Deep myself, I would. But I don't. I'm not even close. I don't have. There's nothing even remotely close to that. But can't. And then there's other stuff that I'm working on that I would love to be able to fund. Just can I have more money so that I can spend it on cool creative stuff that I think people will like? That would be really cool. I don't need anything else. I'm happy. I generally know 0 rich people, not even close. Benefit of growing up in a smaller industrial town, we're all working class. Yeah, I don't think I really knew rich people until... I don't know any in Australia. Definitely don't know any in Australia. Oh, hang on. No, technically, I assume that they're rich. It's so complicated to explain. My stepdad's granddaughter. I call them my cousins because it's easier because they're like my age. The 2 cousins that I have there, again, technically like step cousins, whatever. One of them, huge nerd, loves Warhammer. He's coming to visit soon and I'm pretty excited about it. He'll be here in October. Like big nerd. Great. The other one, she is getting married in September. I'm going to the wedding in New Zealand to a guy whose family owns a bunch of potato farms. I assume they're rich. I assume the potato farmers have a bit of money. But otherwise, that's the closest I get. Nope, didn't go the tree route. Potato money much better than tree money, apparently, yeah. Trees, unreliable. Can get taken away somehow. Potatoes, great. I think that I could probably find, like, that, like... Is it, Okay, hang on. Let me find out if this is the correct company. It might be. Yeah, this is them. I found them. Yeah. Okay, so I know the owners of Spudlight. That's the farm that they have. And it, I assume that they have money. I don't actually know that. They're really nice. They're just farmers, because this is a picture of the family that I'm pretty sure this is the guy on the right is who my cousin is marrying in September. I think I'm going to his wedding in September. They make basically like potatoes that, yeah, in South Australia that, again, I don't know if they have money. I'm just assuming they do. I don't know. That have less carbs than normal. Like, hang on. 25% less carbs than the average potato. So, again, don't actually know. I assume that they have money. So that, maybe. They don't seem like the people who would steal a bike from a 12-year-old. No, they're really nice. And again, they're farmers, so they're like really chill. But I assume they have money. I don't actually know. I don't know what the wedding menu will be like. Well, so they live in South Australia. But they're getting married in New Zealand, which again is like, the place they're getting married is so fucking beautiful. I can't wait to go. It's gonna be so nice. It just looks absolutely stunning. Oh my god. But I feel like you probably can't get married in New Zealand as an Australian without a bit of money. So, thank you, .beep.doot. Thank you so much. Anyway, that's me talking about rich people. So, just, don't know why we've started on this. The color of my shirt's really pretty. Thank you. It is really fucking hot today. As you know, I would normally wear a big baggy t-shirt on the internet. It is so hot here today. It's been 33, but that's Celsius, so 33. So I would guess 33 Celsius. I've gotten pretty good at guessing this. So 33 Celsius. I'm gonna guess. I'm torn between like 88 and 92, so let's say 90. 91.4. 91.4. It's really hot. Really, really hot. I think it started with you doxing your best friend Cassie's mom. Again, I feel like I could probably find her. Robin, hot. I'm gonna see if I can find Robin real quick. I'm not gonna dox Robin, but I remember thinking that she was so hot and so cool. Let's see if I can find her. Because obviously I know Cassie's last name. See if I can find her mom. And I'll just see if I can show you a picture. Oh no, she might be married, which means she has a different last name. Oh god. How dare people get married? It makes it really hard for me to find them on Facebook. Okay, is this her? Yes, found her. Oh my god. She's married, has a new last name. Okay. Happy for her. Let's see if I can find a picture of her mom. God, Cassie's so pretty. Cassie herself is so pretty. Okay. She has a baby now. It's such a weird thing to like find people that you used to be friends with and be like, wow, you're a whole extra person now. She may have 2 babies? There might be 2 babies. Give me her mother. Show me Robin. Where is she? She was so hot. Yeah, dude. Look, okay. This is a picture of Robin, who now you have to remember that when I knew her, Robin would have been, I think she was quite young, like 30s, right? So this is Robin now, meaning she's like 60-ish. She's super hot, dude. 60-ish. Look at her. Robin MVP. I was a child and I knew this woman was hot as hell. Right? Isn't that crazy? I was an actual child and I was like, hot and cool. Oh my god. I think she's probably like 60-ish. She was not the one who stole the bike. Different woman. Different woman. Different woman. Yeah, dude, she's gorgeous. Again, this is her now. Ish. I don't really know. What a babe. Shout out to Robin. Hot, didn't steal a bike, and was always really nice to me even though I was poor. So, you, Shane, thanks for the radiant. Hi everybody, welcome. I'm doxing my friend's mum from high school because she was hot. But she was hot. She was hot. She was a hot mom. Robin, again, I was like 10 and I was like, that's a fine woman. Let me show you the other picture. Again, I think she's probably like late 50s, 60s maybe. Robin. Hot. Ridiculous. She was always had a six-pack. Always. Always. And she was really cool. Really cool. Like, I think she had like tattoos and shit. It was like fucking... Cassie's mom has got it going on. We love Robin. Yeah, she was rad. I like have such fond memories of her. And again, Cassie herself is also very pretty. Let me see if I can find Adeline's mom. This is a crazy thing to do. So everyone who's just joined, I'm also talking about this woman who was like an asshole to me when I was a child and stole a bike from my mom, who was a single mother with like no money at the time. So let me see if I can find her. I don't remember her name. Adeline. I don't know if we even have each other as Facebook friends. Adeline. I don't think we do. Because that would have been a long time ago. And I don't even really know how to spell the name. So I think I would have... What was her last... Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember. Robin, though? Hot. Hot. That's all I'm saying. Everyone has a Robin in their childhood. This hot, cool mom. That was her. Loved her. Yes, she stole my heart when I was a 12-year-old. Robin our hearts. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Do I have a cousin named Kano? No, I do not. Okay, anyway. That's enough of whatever that was. Today, gamers, we're going to talk about video game news. It's been a minute since I've done a newsy stream. Let's first discuss IGN layoffs, yeah? Is that... Well, I don't know. You guys can pick a topic. You guys can pick a topic. Paul. This is how we get through our news. Paul. Which topic? Question mark. Game likes AI. Nintendo sucks. GTA censorship. Which I probably have the most to say about the GTA censorship, to be fair. Or what was the other one? Oh, IGN layoffs. Here we go. It's poll time. You don't get that kind of quality content on Hassan Piker's channel, do you? Think about that. You don't get polls for which news topic to cover. So, I'm coming for you, Hassan. Give the people the news they vote for. You piece of shit. Hassan's never even met Robin in his life. Confirmed Hassan is anti-democracy. He does do more yelling at chat. Again, you guys always tell me I need to get on this. I don't think I'm very good at it. So let me... You fucking... You shut up, bucko. You... Hey. You take that back. Hang on. I'm gonna see if he yells at someone. I'm not subscribed to Hassan. Does he have a lot of ads? No. Okay. Is he yelling at anybody?
I think he said that on multiple things.
He's just watching a video.
But yeah,
he's watching a video about himself?
I don't know what he could do to really help. I guess
that's outrageous.
I love seeing stuff like this because like it
once
again reminds me of the profile of the type of person, and like it puts a face to the fucking commentary. Like,
okay, well, he's watching people talk about him, which Hi everyone, if you know me, I just can't relate to that in any capacity. Watching people, Hassan right now is watching a video of strangers giving their opinion on him. That makes me want to die. The idea of doing that makes me want to die. I would never, ever do that. I can't even Google myself. Be another streamer reacting to how awful pirate software is. You know, I thought about doing that because I feel like I'm really out of the loop, and there's a person in chat here who is one of my favorites. Call him my number one fan, and I know that he likes him, and I like trust his judgment quite well. But I don't want to be that kind of content creator. I know that that's how you become successful. Okay, I'm aware that me not doing that kind of stuff is why my content is the way that it is, and that I'm not drowning in views and shit. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to. It just feels like watching the downfall of a dude I don't know. I'm curious about like what's happened because it's like blown up so much, and I know very little about this dude other than something about him being like a Nepa baby hire at Blizzard or something. Know very little about him, but I don't know, dude. I just don't really want to like, it just feels like drama content, you know? And again, aware I would be a much more successful content creator if I was down with that. I just don't want to do it. Does the draw to do those reacts to grow number feel strong to you? Not at all. Because I'm not a full-time content creator, it doesn't matter to me, which is like a huge position of privilege. Well, that's a weird thing to say because it's not like people opt into that, but like, no. I like don't feel compelled to do anything to up my numbers at all, ever. There are many things that I could do. And again, I genuinely think the number one way to succeed on Twitch is to be in the conversation constantly and to engage in drama. So people always feel like they have to tune in to get an update from you on the drama or whatever. I just don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person. I don't know. Kind of liked him, then everyone started coming for him, and I don't know why and don't care enough to investigate. I mean, again, I don't know anything about it, but I will say that dude blew up really fast, and you can't do that. Like, it's not his fault that he blew up fast, I assume. I don't really know. But if you blow up quickly, people will come for you very, very, very quickly. So he was always going to get something for being that big that fast. It's inevitable. Because like the minute you see that success, other people want that success and get jealous about why they didn't have that success. And then again, and he may have done things wrong. I don't fucking know. But because you're a human, you're going to make mistakes. And so people will look for the mistakes and then blow them up and try and ruin you. It's just what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is, you know? The top streamers just feel like reality shows and drama now. Yeah, I completely agree. That it is a new version of reality TV. Straight up. It's just, you constantly have to be shit talking, and I just don't have it in me. And that's not to say I won't be honest. Like if I have negative opinions on things, I will say them. But I don't feel the need to react to that kind of content. Again, consciously aware I would get more followers for doing it, but I'm sorry. I'm just not that guy. And if that makes me boring, then I will be boring with the 360 of you who are subscribed. I appreciate you being here. It's okay. From when I know he didn't even make serious mistakes, it's just that he refused to admit they were mistakes. I do think a lot of people on the internet have problems with that, for sure. That's definitely a tough thing. When I call that both Dr. Disrespect and Drake. To be fair, my Dr. Disrespect take was actually really about the industry. I will trash talk bike stealing moms, you goddamn right. Thank you, OD Bizzle. I'm down with all 363 of you who are subscribed. Thank you. That wasn't me trying to make you subscribe, but I appreciate it. We will get to 500 at some point, and it's gonna be huge. I will have more giveaways coming soon too. Everything's been such a mess. Okay, anyway, what won the poll? I completely missed the results. Whomst won the poll? Where is it? Is there a way that I can find that? GTA won the poll? Great, excellent. Excellent. Am I featured in any upcoming media? You should check out Dead Take. Boom. Check out Dead Takes from Certain Studio. I do some acting and sentences. It came out last week and I think is still 10% off until the 14th. 10% off. It's a cheap video game, man. Check it out. I'm in that. Yeah, there's some more stuff coming. Okay. So, I made a video about some of the censorship stuff. That was my video that went up yesterday. Here we go. Typed a new video into chat, which is basically about, for anyone who hasn't seen it, this company called Collective Shout, which like claims to be a feminist organization, but is like objectively not doing anything that's actually feminist. And like when you dig into who some of their partners are and who the leader is, like she's giving speeches at Christian events and is clearly Christian, and it is clearly a religious fundamentalist who is uncomfortable with video games, as has happened time and time again. Like this is a recurring theme. That's not to say that people who call themselves feminists have not also done this type of shit. I just reject their hypothesis. You are not a fucking feminist. You are like, she's anti-abortion, she's anti-sex work, she's anti-porn. Like, those are not feminist stances whatsoever. They're just a religious organization trying to censor video games. They tried to take down Detroit Become Human, GTA 5, and most recently took credit for taking down a game called No Mercy, even though they did not actually take down No Mercy. It's really interesting that they tried to claim credit for it. The developer themselves took down No Mercy by the time that this organization, which is Australian, had attempted to contact the government about No Mercy. The game was actually already not available in Australia. They didn't do that. She's also the founder of a turf publishing house here in Melbourne. Okay, so she's also anti-trans, which in my opinion also means you're not a feminist. It's just a fucking lie. It's just a lie. Them having problems with Detroit Become Human proves they never played the game. Yeah, it's that they never played the game, and again, calling themselves a feminist organization is a lie. It's just not real. And I think we need to be more transparent about that with this kind of stuff. Don't let people take that term. You are doing things that are antithetical to the purposes of that term. Not fucking true. About choked when he said feminist Christian. Yeah, you kind of can't be. Not, well, some people are. This organization is not. They are trying to censor video games. And even though it actually wasn't their intention, they contacted payment companies and were like, hey, you're supporting games about child abuse and non-consensual sex. You should probably stop doing that. And so the payment processes, and this is a war that's been happening on the internet for like 20 years. It has like consistently been religious fundamental groups targeting payment processes to try to take down media that they don't like. Literally, it's been happening for that long. It happened with OnlyFans. It happened with Patreon. It's happened over and over again. And they succeeded in getting some games taken down or at least delisted from itch.io, which like LGBTQ game devs were disproportionately affected, which happens, I think, because in the cases of religious fundamentalists, and again, I'm not saying all religious people like this, I know Christians who are fucking wonderful people who, you know, are in support of people existing how they would like, just this particular brand of them, right? Very evangelical. Oh, thank you, Dr. Hirachi. Thank you. That kind of funny Christianity definitely doesn't gel well with feminism. Totally agree. Can't be. Does not add up. They basically tend to think that anything that's gay is inherently not safe for work. Like anyone being gay is inherently, what about the children? Oh my God, you're gay? What about the kids? Like that's some kind of a sex crime. You know what I mean? Like there's something about anything being not heteronormative that immediately is linked to NSFW, which is absurd and, again, clearly religiously motivated. So indie devs who are making queer games were disproportionately affected. And Collective Shout really sort of bragged about it, and I found a podcast that at the time that I found it it had like 90 views maybe, that is like part of my video where they were speaking about their plan going forward, and they basically are planning to target PayPal to try to stop selling anything through Steam and through itch.io, specifically those two storefronts, though I don't doubt that it will go above and beyond that too. It's always the point to crush queer voices by going after pornography. Yeah, I'm thinking about making a video, like a YouTube video this month, or maybe next month, I don't know, about, it just seems so redundant, but like I just want to make a video fucking screaming about the phrase think of the children. When somebody think of the children, what about the kids? It's just that I don't have anything profound to say other than like extreme irate anger about children just constantly being used as a scapegoat for what is actually just censorship. You don't give a shit about children. You don't. Stop acting like you do. It's just that I don't have anything to say that like other people don't already know, but I don't know. Maybe I can articulate it in a way that people will at least find cathartic or something. You know what I mean? Like, just this, everything is always, what about the children? But then you see the statistic that like they're all fucking about Epstein. What about the children? What about the children? And then fucking like something like 67% of Republicans that came out yesterday, 76, maybe more than that, would still vote for Trump even if he was confirmed to be in the Epstein files. Like, you don't fucking care. You're just pretending to care. And I'm really disappointed by that because I thought the swing would be, I don't know, different. I saved it somewhere, but I'm not sure where I saved it to. And maybe I lost it. And I just think what about the children is a dumb scapegoat that people use to just try to enforce their views every time. It's like the easiest no-brainer of an argument, but it's like, what about the children? AKA the fucking Catholic Church, the priest that we all just act like it is not a thing that's happening. Shut up. It's very infuriating. But yeah, I don't buy it. I don't. What about my kids is an absolute lie, basically, at this point. That's the hot take, everybody. It's an insincere morality play for political leverage. Completely agree. Because no one can argue against wanting to protect kids. We do want to protect kids. We'd like children to lead safe, innocent, happy lives. Censoring the internet, I don't think accomplishes that in any capacity. And I really do think this kind of stuff should be up to the parents. But anyway, so there was an update to this story because my video, like, I kept having to be like, okay, I can't record today. There's another update. Okay, I can't record today. There's another update. Had another update 2 days ago, which is people talking about Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row reportedly at risk of being delisted by payment processors. This is from thegamer.com. Over the last few weeks, payment processors have been pressuring digital storefronts like Steam and itch.io to remove controversial adult games. However, a Zoom platform, so this is, part of the story that, like, I don't know anything about. Zoom platform? Representative claimed that this campaign could go much further. Let me check what Zoom platform is. Is it referring to Zoom? Okay, Zoom platform, here. Is a multi-generational transmedia. Okay, it's a brand label whose sole purpose is to create original video game-centric transmedia content. Okay, so it's a publisher? By the sounds of things? Nope, wrong one. One employee from the retro storefront. Oh, they call themselves a retro storefront. Okay, good to know. Told Gaming on Linux that during conversations with payment processors, titles like Grand Theft Auto, Duke Nukem, and Saints Row were described as potentially at risk of being delisted, confirming worries that adult games aren't the only target of this campaign. Because, yeah, right now the targets are fairly specifically... hang on, I should get rid of these fucking ads. Fairly specifically sex games, which, look, I don't play sex games, okay? It's definitely not a thing that I play. Just give me a second. Just give me 1 minute. Just give me a second. would never. I want to show up. I would never play a sex game in my life. That's not a thing I would ever do. You know what I mean? Why would I ever do that? That would be crazy to do that. What kind of degenerate do you think that I am? I'm never deleting this, by the way. Never. Rahul made me play it for the record. I didn't. It wasn't my fault. He forced me. I didn't have a choice. Oh. Is Banjo in the bathtub?
Hello.
Hello. What's wrong with my desktop? What's wrong with it? My desktop's beautiful. It's a work of art. I could probably delete the weed vlog, huh? Let's delete that real quick.
What's happened?
What do you mean? Where did that come from? Where is it coming from?
Weird.
The audio is so good in your pocket. It's crazy.
Walk around Konyakoski.
Konyakoski.
Are you live?
Yeah.
Got some hot takes.
Okay. Now let me try and pull this back up again. Anyway, point being, delisting sex games, things that are over 18-ish, but I don't think that is in any way valid. I don't think that should be happening. That's my hot take. My desktop explains a lot about me. What's wrong with my desktop? Why are people talking shit about my desktop? What's wrong with it? I think it's beautiful. I think he's smashed.
Did people see your desktop or something?
I just showed it to them intentionally. I think it's organized.
Did they see
I got
Sex
my
Detective?
No. What are you talking about? I would never have Sex Detective. I have my little list of. Ooh, well that's wrong. That's gone out of order. I do need to fix that up. My game launches. Where's Steam gone? They're down the bottom. Okay, well, I've ordered it better. There's context that you need to know, okay, about my desktop, everybody. Okay, there's something I need to tell you that's not my fault. All right, this is how it normally looks. Okay, but sometimes when I split the screen in two to do my, like if I'm doing an Elgato gameplay, it'll like shove some of these into the next row. So I have to reorder them sometimes. I think it's great. I don't understand what your beef is. I think it's a work of art. I think it's organized and it looks great. Do you want to check if that microphone works? Tap it for me. Okay. See if this works.
Yeah.
Did it work okay, everybody? Can you hear him okay? Or is it just an echo? I'm not clicking the layers deep icon. Get out of here. How does it sound? Does it sound okay? Or I'll speak.
Hello.
What?
Comments.
Echo. I don't fucking know anymore, dude. I don't know anymore. Put the mic away. We're not doing it anymore. I'm gonna fucking Almost coming over to also watch the movie, and I'm just gonna fucking rip the microphones out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Omar and Jacob.
My brown brothers.
Come to watch a film.
Brown boys, brown boys. What you gonna do?
Yeah, and Banjo as well. Hello, brown boy.
No, he's not brown anymore. He was. Remember?
Yes, War of the Worlds. What I was talking about.
My head looks tiny.
Well, maybe you should grow your head. You ever think about that? Thought about growing your head?
Why does my head look so small?
I don't think your head looks small. I think you have a perfectly proportionate head.
Oh.
You look great. Wow, great. Okay. So, they were trying to take down sex games, which I think is ridiculous. Sex is such an important part of any industry. Things will succeed if there is sex on it. This is a fact. VHS succeeded when there was sex on it. Internet succeeded when there was sex on it. Porn is the backbone of many a technology. It's like I'm talking through a sock. What? Now? It's still bad? Huh?
Jacob is brown.
Okay.
Someone said he's.
I turned it up. It's just because I'm on the side of the mic, but that should be fine. Layers Deep is entirely a sex game. That's what the deep is referring to. So, Zoom, which is that platform that I'd never heard of, has no plans to remove any titles and is instead exploring alternate payment options such as a wallet system which will allow users to add funds to their account and spend them on all of its products. That's not a bad idea. GOG is likewise refusing to delist adult games and instead made 13 of them free. Whoa, that rules. I didn't know that. Damn. However, Zoom doesn't sell any Saints Row GTA titles, whereas Steam, which has removed adult games, does. Steam, to be clear, largely removed incest games, I believe.
What's Scooter Man's real name again?
Scott.
No, Scott, I'm not.
He's just beeping up a life.
I'm doing it for
life.
my boo.
Oh.
I want to throw her around.
Oh, gosh.
She needs a man.
Oh, my gosh.
She's had a beta
Oh, gosh.
in it.
Oh, jeez.
Alanah carries me upstairs.
That's true, yeah. Yeah. Payment processors first took notice of adult games on these storefronts because Collective Shout, an Australian political group that stands against objectification of women, which is fucking stupid, in media. Founded in 2009 by feminist and anti-pornography activist Melinda Tankard-Rice, it has launched several campaigns against video games over the last 2 decades. Yes, we already spoke about all of this. Is this an article where you're just going, could be these ones too, or is there actually news in it? Collector Shout was the one urging payment, but games will be taken down due to their adult themes. That title's like, okay, yeah, so this is actually nothing.
Why was your butt ripped apart in Grounded?
Wasted my time. I made a joke about you tearing me apart like Burgle.
You must be thinking of a different Indian.
I was thinking of a different Indian man, yeah.
A different role, because that's not me.
Never.
I don't go near butts.
That's true.
Because I'm straight.
Yeah, very straight.
I'm so straight, I don't go near women's butts.
Because that would be gay. Yeah. You upset Banjo, who loves a woman's butt. He actually
does love butts.
Yeah, at the coffee shop the other day, he just walked up to a girl and straight sniffed her butt. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
Gay adjacent.
It's gay adjacent. So this is, thanks for wasting my time, the gamer. Point being that, is Collective Shout going to go after GTA? 100% yes. Do I think they are going to succeed? No. However, this internet censorship thing that we are currently seeing, I feel like I've seen more of this, like, UK...
What's happening?
A lot has been happening, Rahul. A lot has been happening. Thank you so much for asking. Here we go. This right here.
What if it goes in the wrong hole on accident? Is that gay roll?
Yes.
No, it just means you're really small. If you can just slip into a different hole by accident...
Or she's a slut. Could be one or the other. Or he. One or the other. That's all I'm saying.
Didn't know we were slut shaming on here.
Like you haven't slut shamed before.
Never.
Anyway.
I have a mother and a sister.
I know women. So yeah, this is a thing. Did you know about this UK Online Safety Act stuff, Rahul?
Yeah, so I know the memes that you now have to put you register your ID to watch porn.
Yes.
So there's these like VPN memes.
Right, yeah.
I think I showed you one.
Yeah, so the UK's Online Safety Act has been greatly anticipated. Amid mounting concerns about the ease of accessing harmful content online, rules were drawn up to force social platforms to protect children from posts and videos that incite hatred or encourage suicide, self-harm, or eating disorders. Not against that. I will say, like...
That's fair. But Nigel Farage has come...
Thank you. As someone who only half grew up on the internet, I do feel really bad for kids who are growing up on it today.
Yeah.
Like, that... I think this whole Gen Z looks older thing is because when I was a teenager, I didn't wear makeup. It wasn't a thing that anyone gave a shit about, and now they're like, there's so much pressure for them to look older.
We didn't talk about jawlines.
No.
Until, I want to say, like, 22, 23 was when, like, facial structures, like, skull, like, oh, he has nice cheekbones. We never were aware of
people
a
only
jawline.
got bullied for, like...
acne.
Yeah, or, like, some sort of...
race.
Extreme difference. You know what I mean? Like...
Ours was overweight, bullying.
Yeah.
Acne, race, and poverty.
Yeah, you're povo.
And maybe homosexuality. Like if a young guy was effeminate.
Yeah, maybe, and that's gotten better at least, but like...
No, it's coming back. With all of this pause and all of this stuff, I think it's coming back.
What is pause?
Like if you say something that sounds slightly like if I was to say, oh, I was with Roger today and he really like, worked me hard. Pause. No diddy. That feels like that's dipping the toe back into like homophobia for me, but in a mild.
But that's jokey, right?
I know, but it still feels like it's coming from like the version of that we had was going gay. Oh no, that's gay. That's gay. Doing pause is just a new version of that for me. I think.
Really, I didn't know that was a thing.
I think it's like a really like it's coming from the same place.
Same place, yeah, and that's a slippery slope, I guess. But like, I'm trying to think of what I got bullied for. I got bullied for having buck teeth. I got bullied actually in high school for having big lips, which is a fucking crazy one.
Do you know what I got bullied for? Eyebrows. I was relentlessly teased for having thick eyebrows. I was relentlessly teased for being tall.
Yeah, but basically,
and
like,
being Indian.
The stuff bullied for not having a bike. The stuff that I always have been bullied for having a big forehead, but the stuff that the internet says is wrong with me is stuff that was never mentioned in person. Like that I thankfully lived until I was like 22 before I found out everything else that was wrong with me. Like the kids didn't know that, and I feel like now you're probably being told you're ugly because of social media, just like the whole fucking time. Like, I didn't have that. People didn't really think about it that much. I got bullied for being a loser more than anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm Indian.
It's rough, dude.
Why is that a shock? I am one of the most Indian-looking men India has ever spat out.
The most Indian man in India has ever Indiaed. I also got bullied for my eyebrows, which is why I overplucked them.
Oh, what, for having thick eyebrows?
Yeah, they were really big.
It's so strange. But again, I had spoiler, I did a podcast yesterday with Katie Sackhoff. And one of the first things we spoke about was bullying and online bullying. She was talking about her kids. And I said, one of the things I was happy about was that I said I wasn't a bully and I wasn't relentlessly bullied. I was very much Daniel LaRusso and Karate Kid. I was targeted. I did have people I had to avoid at school.
You were kind of
not asking for it, but I gave as good as I got.
Yeah, sure.
I still had a mouth on me. You know what I mean? Like, he was the best representation of a kid at school who is being targeted, but is also,
yeah.
Daniel was Daniel.
Yeah.
But I said one of the things I was super grateful for was that the bullying always stopped at 3 p.m.
Yeah, and now it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
And I was grateful that, when I went home, it was about my parents, dinner, what was on TV, homework, food. Sorry, not food, films. Whatever I wanted to do with my free time. And it's 24 hours now, right? And I think that's terrifying. Yeah.
And so I'm not completely against trying to find ways to prevent that. It's real hard though. Like, the problem is that I don't trust governments to do it. I think that it has to come down to parents, but they're not going to fucking do it. Like, it's very complicated. Anyway, rules are drawn up to force social platforms to protect children from posting videos that incite hatred or encourage suicide, self-harm, or eating disorders. Again, that seems great to me. But within coming into force, a new approach to keeping children safe online had become a rallying point for the right in both Britain and the US. Wait, what? Last week, Nigel...
Ban him.
Am I banning?
Bubble Buster.
Ugh, loser. Yeah. Later, dude. He's been following me since 2021. What an insane thing to decide to do
Indian
today.
racism.
Yeah, that's insane. Nigel Farage? Farage.
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 C-U-N-T. So say it.
Farage.
There you go.
Leader of Populist Reform UK Party. What is that? Is that like a right-wing party?
Yeah.
Okay. Was embroiled in a furious row with Labour government minister after pledging to repeal legislation. Meanwhile, Republicans held meetings with UK politicians and communications regulator Ofcom. The impact of the new law is also being keenly watched in Australia, which is preparing to ban under-16s from social media. Experts say the inherent tensions in the act between taking down harmful content swiftly and preserving speech are likely to bubble away. Zia Youssef, a senior reform figure, said so much of the act is... I need to find out more about this act, I think. What are the new online safety rules and how age checks on it? Okay.
I will say, there isn't a valid reason why anyone under the age of 16, 17 should be on social media. They shouldn't be on it. Because we talk about censorship, right? here's my reasoning behind
I'm so
it.
torn. I don't know my
Video
opinion.
games, you are not. I worked in a video game shop. You worked in a video game shop. We were not allowed to sell certain games to certain demographics because they would be exposed to violence, foul language, sex, nudity, whatever.
Yeah, I busted a
right?
kid with a fake ID once trying to buy GTA.
You're not allowed to watch certain film without permission. In America, they can go with their adults, I think, like PG-13s and stuff. But in the UK and Australia in particular, there's certifications. You can literally go to jail for selling a film that was rated 15 to a minor, right? And it's all because this content is inappropriate for someone of this age. Social media undoes all of that because, one, you have access to materials that are not just fictionalized, like Hollywood violence that we are we deemed inappropriate for that
it's
age group.
actually real.
It's real.
Yeah.
I can watch a real street fight.
Yeah.
That's not age gated. I can watch sex acts. They're not. It's porn. There's porn. There is actual porn on there, like filtered through that, and people have found really creative ways to do that. So I don't understand why that our industries we are told, hey, protect the kids, protect the kids, but then they can be on Instagram is worse than I'd rather my child watches something like Heat at 13 than spend an hour on Instagram.
I don't completely disagree. I do think
I'm spitting.
Oh, he's spitting. I do think YouTube Kids, from what I can tell from parents I've spoken to, any parents in the chat feel free to correct me then, does a pretty good job of regulating child content. And I wonder if there's a means for an Instagram to do that. But I guess the thing is, the only way
Like
you would
Instagram
ever...
Kids.
Yeah, but the only way you'd ever force Meta to do that would be by making it illegal first and then forcing them, because they're not going to do it if they don't have to. You know what I mean? Lots of parents who use YouTube Kids. Yeah, and it seems like it's pretty good.
The thing is as well, oh God, you can't try. Someone just said, well, kids have phones at 10. Well, that's why they're introducing this verification, right? That's what they're doing. They're asking people of age to use their credit card or their ID, their driver's license.
Let me keep going through the story. So, on Friday, social media and other internet platforms will be required to implement safety measures protecting children or face large fines. See, that seems okay with the platforms doing it. It is a significant test for an Online Safety Act, a landmark piece of legislation that covers the likes of Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Google. Here is a guide to the new rules. Oh, fuck out of here. This is so many articles, dude. Under the measures, the riskiest services, which include big social media platforms, must use highly effective age checks to identify under 18 users. Algorithms which recommend content to users must filter out harmful material. All sites and apps must have procedures for taking down dangerous content quickly, and children must have a straightforward way to report content.
Misa Yato said, it's hilarious how people love to create misguided policy instead of parenting their kids so you have less worries about your kids checking stuff they shouldn't. I disagree with that. I disagree with that because both me and Alanah would admit that we were both raised by responsible parents that took care of us and did good jobs at raising us. However, when Alanah had access to 4chan, should you have been watching the shit you were watching?
Yeah, I was like 13 on 4chan.
And you will go and find it, despite your upbringing.
And I also think that
I was still consuming porn.
Kids can really figure that shit out faster than their parents can sometimes. You know, like I saw some awful stuff on 4chan that I wish I had never seen.
My parents did a bang-up job. Wonderful people, sweet.
Yeah, my parents did.
And yet I smoked weed because I had access to it and I found out how to get access to it. I was doing drinking at a young age. I was smoking at a young age. I was watching porn at a young age. But
it's a really good point.
And the thing is, they weren't readily available. It's not like my parents left it lying around the house. I went out and pursued it. And if you make that pursuit easier, i.e. by allowing unrestricted access to the internet, they're going to consume it regardless of what parenting they've had. So I don't think it's only up on the parents.
I agree that's complicated, but I think you cooking back there, Rahul. You fucking cooking back there.
Because I've taken creatine. My brain's hydrated.
Melanie Dawes, Ofcom's chief executive, said the changes were a reset for children online and the company's failing to act would face enforcement.
you want me to talk?
Yeah, sure.
Where are you going?
Hello, mother.
You gonna stay on?
Yeah, go ahead. What's up?
Oh.
Okay.
Well, go on. What's new? How does she pull up stuff without?
Thank you. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll let you know how it goes. Bye. What a fucking dork. What are you doing? What are you doing over here? What are you doing over here?
Nothing.
What are you up to? My mom literally just called me to be like, hey, when we're in New Zealand, do you have a preference for what car hire company we use? No? You did a great job, Ruffle. What's he done? What's he done? What's he done? What'd he do?
Well, I was gonna pull up a different Google search, and I remembered you because you do it separately.
Yeah, I would basically...
No, I pulled a tab away, and then I was gonna do it in a separate. But I'm not.
I
gonna
basically do it over here.
And then you bring
would
it.
go, yeah, and then you do like that, and then you drag it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you just whack.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I did nothing with that time.
I'm proud of you. That's that's better than something bad. Did he stop playing Sex Detective again? Fucking knew it.
When's that video ever coming? You can't
I
now.
have to edit it.
You know, I won't be happy with
The way you look.
Yeah.
Hang on, should I pull up the video?
No, I'm gonna feel bad about myself.
No, I won't show anyone. I'll just show you and I. Sex Detective? Where is it? It's here somewhere. Sex Detective. You look fine.
Alanah.
Why have you done that, Rahul?
I was going through stuff, man.
Hang on. Where's even the sex? Oh,
Oh
there it
my
is.
God.
Look at our faces.
It's okay. You can publish it.
It's so
It's
explicit.
so explicit.
Hang on, I want to find out reactions because we do have audio. I just want to find out audio reactions to how explicit it is.
When does it start?
Hang on, just go here. Let's just go like here. Right? And then do I have desktop audio on? Here we go.
Oh,
It's happening again.
wait.
You would touch
No,
me
no, no.
first slowly and
Let's look at all the angles.
Okay, yeah. This angle. This angle.
Oh, okay. All right.
This one's the best one. That's like POV. That's a
It's
bit weird.
something's gonna
Like,
happen.
make-
Why is it upside down?
Here we go.
What do you mean?
That one. Why does the symbol upside
Chat.
down?
Oh,
but
'cause
it's
I think
Someone is
Can you
being
hear it?
seductive.
You guys hear it? The camera's suspended from the ceiling,
They're being seductive.
which is quite tricksy.
right.
And then
Okay, here we go.
here we go. Oh!
Why is my hand so white?
Jesus Christ. This is really
It
explicit.
got so explicit so fast. Oh, Sex Detective, Jesus Christ. Anyway, the reason we were all shocked is
It could be the best video you've ever made and it's never coming out.
It's the reason I haven't published
Release
it.
the Sex Detective list.
The reason I haven't published it is that I have to,
It sounds squishy.
yeah, I have to frame by frame censor it, which is going to take
Can't you pay
fucking
someone?
ages. Yeah, but what kind of money you think I got? That's not going to make any money on YouTube. It's an expensive edit. And I don't really want to send someone us watching porn. Be like,
Patreon?
edit this. No, they're not getting. I'm not giving anyone an uncensored version of
Chat.
that. Fuck no.
What do you want?
Oh my god.
Is it an AI job?
No, I don't know that AI can do that. But the reason we
I'll
looked,
do it for free.
the reason that we looked shocked initially is that Rahul was. Can I say what? If I'm publishing the video, they're gonna see it.
Say it.
Rahul's wearing a Blue Lives Matter hat.
It's not Blue Lives Matter.
How is it not Blue Lives Matter?
It's not.
How?
It's just an American flag.
Why is it fully blue?
It's not.
How is that not?
That
a Blue
wasn't.
Lives
I got
Matter?
it. I got it from.
Fully blue, Rahul.
I got it from Bass. There's a story behind it that chat doesn't know.
No, look.
I didn't buy a Blue Lives Matter hat.
You fucking did, mate. It's completely
No,
blue.
because the line's supposed to be blue in it.
The lines are all blue. That's a Blue Lives Matter hat, brother.
Oh, okay.
Look. Hang on, I can pull up just this one frame. What world is
I'll
that
tell
not?
everyone why this happened. You have to give context.
You gonna tell me that's not Blue Lives Matter hat? How could it not be?
It
It is.
isn't.
It's completely blue.
Okay, can I tell chat now why this has happened?
Blue Lives Matter is just the American flag, but blue, isn't it?
No, it's not. Blue Lives Matter is a blue line across. She's wrong. I didn't buy a Blue Lives Matter hat.
Oh, because it's missing the blue line in the
Correct,
middle?
yeah.
So it's the same in every other way.
No, it has to have that blue line.
Okay.
Thin blue line.
Okay.
Thank
I thought
you.
it just had to be blue or black.
I would have still bought it if it was Blue Lives Matter because
It's pretty close, lad.
the
It's
reason
pretty close.
the reason it happened.
It's pretty close.
I'm going to tell everyone a little Life of Chuck making of story. So, when I was up in so Life of Chuck, I don't know if you've seen it yet. Great movie. It's now available on streaming. Mike Flanagan. When I went up to do my bits, we were in Mobile, Alabama, and Alanah came with me, but then she had to leave. And one weekend, it was like a Saturday, I had a free Saturday. Alex, who's a good friend of ours, she works with Mike. She hit me up and was like, "Do you want to grab a
We love
brunch?"
Alex. We're a huge Alex fans.
And I was like, "Sure, I've got nothing to do today." And she said, "Have you ever been to a Bass Pro fishing? Pro Bass or Bass Pro?"
Bass Pro fishing.
Bass Pro.
Bass Pro.
Bass Pro.
Yeah.
And I'd never been to a Bass Pro, and she said they got a really big one here. It's such a trip, especially if you're English. You've got to check out a Bass Pro shop. Later that night, Mike was wanted to watch a movie with me and Alex. So knowing that we were going to see Mike later on, I went to Bass Pro and tried to find the funniest gifts. So I spent like $300-400, and I bought Mike one of the most aggressively American "Don't Tread on Me"
It's got like an
eagle with guns on it.
We have
t-shirt.
the Libertarian "Don't Tread on Me" mug downstairs.
I bought that. That was for you. I bought a couple of gun magazines for Mike. Mike is a very
magazines.
not that person. Mike is very liberal and not that guy. So I bought an outfit for myself, which was that hat, and I had like "My Land, My Rules." I got the worst types of gifts. Alex got it.
It was like "Come and take it" type shit.
Yeah, come and take it.
Yeah.
And then we took it to Mike's place when we were in Alabama and made him dress up and did a photo shoot before the film. So we just sat there in the most Bass Pro clothes, and that hat was from there. So that's what we did.
Very good. Very good.
So Mike had a magazine.
In any case, yeah, I'll get Sex Detective up eventually. That's gonna go on the IRL channel. When I fucking edit it. Maybe I'll do that on one of my flights coming up. Anyway, so I want to know what these changes are.
Blackmail photo shoot. I've got one of those for.
He does have one of those. Unfortunately, we got tricked. It's real bad.
They know about it.
Did you keep it? No.
No.
I don't even know if the internet knows about it. No, we aren't.
They can know about it.
No.
They know about it because it was told on Idiots and Abroad, I think.
Was it?
Yeah. Watch
You're
it.
right, I can't edit it on a plane because it's full of porn. I completely forgot. Oh, God. When am I ever going to edit it?
If chat mention it, they do know. They know the picture.
they know?
Yeah.
I can't edit it. I might get kicked off that flight. It is what it is. Yeah, I've heard of the Bass Pro Shop pyramid, but
Oh, I saw that
he
picture.
just went to a regular one. Couldn't you just go full screen of the two of you during the sex scenes in that game instead of frame by frame? Yeah, but there are like bits where we have conversations that would be relevant that I would need to just pixel blur some things. I guess it wouldn't be that hard. It's also just so explicit that I don't really.
The
want to watch it again.
Japanese do it. You can figure it out.
That's a good point.
Their porn videos are like usually an hour and a half long.
Maybe I should hire a Japanese porn editor to edit the Sex Detective video. It's not a terrible idea. Anyway, back to the children. The measures were published as the technology secretary Peter Kyle said he was considering a social media curfew for children after TikTok's introduction of a feature that encourages under 16 to switch the app off after 10 p.m. I like that for everybody. Kyle told the Telegraph he was watching very carefully the impact of the wind down feature. I was like, wind down? These are things I'm looking at. I'm not going to act on something that will have a profound impact on every single child in the country without making sure the evidence supports it. But I'm... What?
T-Pain subs to you.
No.
Oh.
Did you give T-Pain a sub? How did you see that?
Someone just said, did you know, Rahul, did you know that T-Pain subbed to Alanah?
Technically, T-Pain is subscribed to me, but not of his own accord. Someone just gifted him a sub.
I'm sprung.
He wasn't even there. Oh yeah, and someone gifted CDPR as well.
What?
Yeah, I think they would though. They like me.
CDPR?
Yeah,
Oh, sure
and
they
Snoop Dogg.
like you.
And Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg is subscribed.
Is that the real DeFranco? Did I hit?
No.
The real
And then...
one? And then,
Is it?
I don't know, it might be. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Does Philly, does he know I watch him every day?
Yeah, Rahul's a loyal supporter of the Philip DeFranco show, which I've said it to him. I messaged him about this recently, that I think Philly D's political coverage is...
Don't call him Philly D.
You're right, that's a different Phil.
That's...
That guy's
That's
that
something
guy's an
else.
Australian.
No,
I was trying to be cute, and that's a separate man who's already got
that's
that
young
name,
Philly.
and we can't do that.
Philip DeFranco.
Philip DeFranco. His political coverage is really good, really good. Didn't Rahul just buy like 45 items from the LFC store, and he's still wearing the Nike kit? Yes,
Because I went gym.
because he went gym.
Sup, you beautiful bastards.
Which actually, Phil, if you're still here, you said in a video not that long ago that you were going to send me nuggets if I won my fight in Creator Clash, and I did.
No, we don't need that.
And you haven't
We are
sent
eating
them.
clean.
I think he did have Philly D branding. I think that we've just confused it in our brains. Anyway, he owes me some nuggets. So Kyle told the crowd to watch it very carefully. Blah, blah, blah. Kyle added on Thursday that the new Ofcom codes should be a watershed moment. Yes, fine. Is Elon still sliding into my DMs? I don't know. I don't use Twitter anymore.
Comedy's legal again.
Growing up, I clicked on this because the fucking Guardian told me that this would give me a rundown of the rules, and you know what it hasn't done? Give me a rundown of the rules. God, journalism's gone to shit. Just, how many articles do we need? See, this said, here's a guide to the new rules. It didn't have any rules in it. You fucking son of bitches.
Oh no, JD Vance fucked another couch. What is it? Oh, okay.
I maintain that JD Vance is allowed to fuck couches. I think that's just a regular guy thing to do. I think fucking a couch is fine. I'm in defense
I
of
can't.
JD Vance.
After what I
fucking a
told you
couch.
about yesterday, I can't have a go. Do you
I think
remember
he's allowed to fuck a couch.
when
That's
I
all
thought
I'm
I was
saying.
spooning you?
That's all I'm saying. Oh yeah, Jesus. Oh god. Not eggs. Couches? Allowed. Oh my god, Luton. What time to join?
Luton!
Hi, welcome. I saw a similar article where it stated how MPs acknowledged that online advertising regulation was behind the curve, but there was little appetite for major change. Yeah, it is apathy. That's like, well, does anyone really want to do anything about it? Fuck them kids.
When are you going to stream with Luton?
We should.
Like Dark Tide or something?
Yeah, let's just figure it out. Thank you, Peter, for the gifted sub.
Luton's a legend.
He's not weird for fucking a couch. He's weird for being a fascist
Luton,
who fucks couches.
I brought you up again to Markiplier on the weekend.
Oh yeah, we were just having a little chat with Mark about Warhammer. Thinking about getting him into painting.
Yeah, maybe.
Doing
He said he
Dark
was
Knight
interested in
VTubers.
doing a paint day with me.
Yeah. Well, I'll become a VTuber if I get to stream with you. I'll do that right now.
What's the VTuber?
It's animated. It's animated YouTuber,
Ah.
I think. Rahul is not sub to me, no. He doesn't support me. He thinks that I am too political.
I don't watch women stream.
Woman. And fake gamer. So, he's right. He's right.
Unless they are... Do they still do hot tubs? Like paddling pools?
Oh, let's check.
Look at you, Blue Lives Matter.
Google searches Blue Lives Matter. Hot tub?
What's going on in the hot tub?
Beaches. Oh my god!
Whoa! She just needs an Alanah subscription. What's going on?
Man, this makes me feel bad because she's doing that for
money.
49 viewers.
Yeah, you got to hustle. Don't feel bad. Maybe she likes doing it.
They're actually in a hot tub. So yes, people still do the hot tub streams, is what we're taking away from this. What does this have to do with...
Is that her feet? No, there's a pool there.
Oh,
the
wait,
floor.
hang on. Wow, yeah, there is. How odd. It's just sort of a woman who's attractive talking? Why is it in that category? Oh, she has like a sub goal for if she gets a certain sub, she's going to put on a bikini. Is that allowed on Twitch?
Don't dob them in.
No, I would never do that. Oh, God.
Oh.
Wow, this is really high quality. Oh my God, look at that camera.
That's fine, isn't it? No.
Yeah, she's just a girl hanging out by a pool, reading chat. Look how good. That's such good quality.
She's
cute.
She got
You can't say it.
lactose callons.
Back to Blue Lives Matter. Anyway, people.
Norks.
Turns out people are still doing the hot tub meta.
Disgusting. What's the at so I can avoid it?
So you can block her. Yeah, go ahead. No, there was one of them was like a woman like sit sort of in lingerie, like spread eagle. And
No, that's not right.
40
Eagle's
people.
like this, isn't it? With your arms out. She didn't have her arms out.
No, her legs spread eagle.
You can't. No.
Yes, brother. That's what spread
Eagles
eagle
don't spread
means.
their legs. They spread their wings.
Spread eagle for sure is a reference to women
No.
having their legs open.
A woman, if she had her legs open,
When has anyone ever said, and the man was standing there spread eagle in reference to someone doing a T-pose?
it has to be their wingspan.
No.
Yes,
spread
it
eagle's
does.
legs,
Because,
brother.
okay, if you want a woman's leg spread, it would be like frog. Spread like a frog. Because those legs are spread. Or, spread eagle, spread frog.
No, no one says that.
What
Spread
other
eagle-
animals have their legs spread?
Spread eagle is in reference to legs.
Spread eagle does not work for legs because they got little legs.
No one needs to refer to someone's
I'm just thinking
arms
of those
being
little
spread.
eagle talons spread. That doesn't
No,
work.
your legs are spread eagle. Humans don't have wings, brother.
I'd say this is spread eagle.
That's T-pose.
That's spread eagle.
T-pose. You don't have wings, my brother in Christ.
What other animal has its legs spread? Naturally. Legs.
Legs.
Rabbits? No.
I don't think any animals have their legs spread.
Kangaroos? No, it's a frog.
Even frogs don't.
Spiders? Yeah.
Ew, legs spread like a spider?
Yeah.
No, God.
Turtles.
My ex. No, anyway, I'm really going to get through this serious news eventually. Fucking
Shall I leave?
Guardian. No, you're fine.
Oh, because I've got to have my protein.
Fuck off then. What's happening on July 25th? Companies with
Spread turtle. That's going to...
spread turtles.
Spread
not bad.
turtle's better than
That's
spread
big
eagle.
Shred like a turtle.
Then I go, oh, like that.
That's not bad. Companies within the scope of the Act must introduce safety measures to protect the UK Communications Regulator and Acts Enforcer found that 8% of children aged 8 to 14 had visited online pornography site or app. We've been doing that for a long time.
What?
That's not new. Kids watching porn.
Oh, yeah.
We've been doing that.
I remember once my gran needed, I was in the kitchen and the house computer, and I think my dad was helping my gran have to do something online that she needed help because she didn't have a computer. So he was like, yeah, hold on, let me open up the thing. Goes on the internet browser, trying to help her. Maybe it was like, I don't know, postage or delivery or something. And because I had been on so much fucking dirty porn, it was infected. And a pop-up came up just even on basic internet, so just fucking and I sat in the back.
You bring shame to your family.
Yeah.
Great shame to your family. How old were you?
28.
I do wonder,
No, it's 14.
how different things were pre being able to access porn at a young age.
I'll tell you,
imagine
we used to
the
look
first
at my
time-
grandma's catalogs.
First time you see porn is on a human.
What?
The first time you see genitalia is on an actual live human.
As opposed to animal porn?
What?
What are you talking about?
I mean, instead of fictional picture, image, video.
Yeah.
If the first time you ever saw genitalia of the sex that you were attracted to was
Well,
a
mine was.
real human.
Unfortunately, mine was.
You're a pervert. Peeping Tom.
I have a memory. This has never shared this before. Oh no, this is one of them stories. So I was
The first time I saw porn was on my dad's VHS tape, by accident, to be clear.
the first time
That's
I
how
saw
I saw porn.
vaginas. I
was like, I don't know,
was
6.
5 or 6 years old because I was definitely. And it was my first ever childminder. Not and it was at her house, and she had older girls there who would be in their late 9s. I don't think what do you call that?
Around 10.
So I was like 5 or 6. They
Yeah,
were
late
about
9s.
9, 10, 11, maybe around there, upper end of primary school. And I was watching TV, and no one was in the living room. And these 3 girls said, "We did a dance. This is fucked. We've just choreographed basically. We want to show you our dance."
Yeah.
And I remember sitting on the couch, and then these 3 girls stripped off and like showed their vaginas to me and all of that stuff and did a dance.
Oh my
And
god.
stripped off and kept flashing.
Oh
and
my
then-
god.
And then left. And that's probably why I'm addicted to strip clubs.
Is that sexual harassment?
They were under 10. They had to be, or 11.
Yeah, but did you consent to the nudity part?
I don't really know how to consent.
How old were you?
6?
That's crazy, brother. That's crazy.
Year 1, year 2, 6.
That's crazy. Are you okay?
Huh?
You alright?
They were spread turtle.
Oh no! No! Dear God, no!
I didn't understand it. Or maybe I did. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how you frame that.
Rahul doesn't know. Anyway, social media platforms and large search engines must also prevent children from accessing pornography and material that promotes or encourages suicide, self-harm, and eating disorders. I feel like I've read this 10,000 times. Recommended safety measures. Algorithms that recommend content to users must filter out harmful material. All sites and apps must have procedures for taking down dangerous content quickly. Do they not already have that? And children must have a straightforward way to report concerns. Adherence is not mandatory. Companies believe they have valid alternative measures to meet their child safety obligations. The riskiest services, which include big social media platforms, could be required to use highly effective age checks to identify under 18 users. If social media platforms contain harmful content do not introduce age checks, they will need to ensure there is a child-appropriate experience on the site. X has said if it is unable to determine whether a user is 18 or over, they will be defaulted into sensitive content settings and will not be able to view adult material. Okay. He's also introducing age estimation technology and ID checks. What is age estimation technology?
Facial technology?
It must be. You don't love that. ID checks to verify if user is under 18.
Ralph Macchio'd be fucked. He's 60. He still looks underage.
That's true. Oh, sorry, I'm too far down. The owner of Instagram and Facebook says it already has a multi-layered approach to age checking. This includes its teen account feature, a default setting for anyone under 18 that says it already provides an age-appropriate experience for young users. I wonder if that's just not true. Supposedly they can figure out your age by the content you consume? Really? How would that work? YouTube was going to use AI to detect? Ugh. It asked to scan my face? Oh man, I'm a little uncomfortable about all this. Okay. Mark Jones, a partner of the law firm Payne Hicks Beach, said ultimately it's going to be for Ofcom to decide whether these measures meet. I'm still kind of unclear on how the measurements work. Age assurance measures for pornography providers support by, oh my god, sentences. Ofcom include facial age estimation. So yeah, that's like a face unlock scan, which assesses a person's likely age through a live photo or video, checking a person's age via their credit card provider, bank, or mobile phone network operator. Okay, photo ID matching, where a passport or similar ID is checked against a selfie, or a digital identity wallet that contains proof of age. I heard people using Death Stranding photo mode for face age estimation. Oh my god, that's crazy. Are being asked to submit a selfie for AI. Huh. Wow, okay. Age assurance feature measures must be very accurate. Ofcom has said self-declaration of age or terms of service saying users must be 18 are not highly effective measures, and so platforms should not. I even lie on those. I just pick the date that's the least amount of scrolling.
I just pull it down and then pick
Weep.
wherever it goes.
Yeah, same. What does that mean in practice? Pornhub, the most visited provider of online pornography. Isn't Pornhub illegal in some states already? Like, isn't Pornhub illegal in, like, Texas or... I assume people are still using it?
It's been a while since I
Nebraska?
watched a good porno.
Yeah, pull one up right. Should I pull one up right now? Get banned from Twitch? Virginia? Damn. I thought Virginia was bluish. Am I wrong? Utah? Is it just Pornhub or like multiple porn websites? It isn't illegal, but you need to provide ID to use it. Wow. It's not illegal, they just shut it down because of the ID laws in Texas. Oh, wait, sorry. Do you mean that Pornhub opted not to be there anymore because they didn't like the ID laws?
Why does everyone talk about Pornhub? I never use Pornhub.
Interesting.
Do you know what I mean?
West Virginia is the blue state, not Virginia. Oh, gotcha, okay. I don't know. I think Pornhub's just the most popular.
I never use it. I never used it.
Didn't I send you something the other day about how like Pornhub it's like backed by Israel? There's like a weird Israeli connection to Pornhub.
What?
Yeah. Basically, Pornhub didn't want to be responsible for keeping your.
Well,
You have to use a VPN to go to Pornhub. I mean, it's so fucking easy to do. Surfshark had a 1,700% bump in signups that month. That's crazy. Oh my god. Okay, anyway. West Virginia is a red state, Virginia is a blue state, but currently has a Republican governor. Got it, okay. Got it. Pornhub is no longer as popular since they cut all their unverified content creator accounts. What? I'm missing a lot of news, apparently. They cut unverified content creator accounts from Pornhub? Like, they cut the amateur stuff? I guess you kind of have to prevent people under 18 from making that content. But yeah, but there's something really terrifying about the idea that people would have to provide ID for accounts that are otherwise anonymous. That's really tough. Oh, it's basically because of stolen videos? Oh, like revenge porn? They were getting rid to prevent underage stuff on links. Yeah, I mean, what else are you going to do, I guess? You kind of have to. That's a complicated thing to find a solution to. Similar to burning the library of Alexandria. Oh my god. Okay. What does that mean in practice? Pornhub, the most visited provider of online pornography to the UK, has said it will introduce regulator-approved age assurance methods by Friday. It has yet to say what these methods will be. OnlyFans, another site which carries pornography, already uses facial age verification software. It does not store an image of the user's face, but estimates age user data taken from millions of other images. A company called Yoti provides that software and also does so for Instagram. I hope we can trust Yoti. Reddit started checking ages last week for its forums and threads, which include mature content. It is using technology made by a company called Persona, which verifies age through an uploaded selfie or photo of government ID. Reddit does not have access to the photos, but stores the verification status to avoid users having to repeat the process too often. This is complicated. Because naturally I am for preventing people from like uploading. I've reported what appeared to me to be child porn on Instagram before. Like an underage person posting things or someone posting things of them who showed up in my DMs. I've reported it and had Instagram not take it down. And I was like, this person looks maybe 12 and like horrified by the content. And yeah, Instagram said it didn't violate terms of service. And I was like, are you fucking sure? I don't know what the solution to this is. You know what I think we should do? As much as I would really miss you all, we should turn the whole thing off.
yes.
Turn it all off. Get rid of the internet. We were fine before.
We've got physical media, you and me. We're
We
good.
got physical media. We got 4K DVDs. So let's just shut the whole thing down. You know what I mean?
And we have Sex Detective.
And we still have Sex Detective. They can't take that from me. I've already bought it, Steam. You can pry Sex Detective from my cold, dead hands. Get rid of it. Get rid of all of it.
I am doing something gaming related, by the way.
Something gay related.
Gaming related.
But I will say the internet is sort of killing itself. You know, like...
with AI?
Not even that. I've mentioned this many times, how, you know, you and I grew up on the internet, probably many people in chat knowing my age demographic, grew up on an internet where people posted stuff for fun. People posted things because they wanted to make a video or they thought something was funny, and none of it was about money or followers. It just wasn't a currency that mattered. That has totally changed, I think, even in the last 5 years, in where now people used to just want to do shit for fun. Like, if nothing happened, it was fine. Like, I didn't start a YouTube channel with plans of getting 100,000 subscribers. That was not even a thing I ever even considered might happen.
Yeah.
Now, everyone wants to be a fucking influencer. Obviously, not everybody, but, like, a lot of people. And so they're making content for an algorithm and not for other humans. And that, like, really freaks me out. That we have thousands, potentially millions of people posting on threads being like, my engagement's so bad, nobody's liking my, nobody's seen this thing, Instagram engagement. People aren't making content for people anymore. They're making content for numbers. It's because of that, it's so fucking weird, and we're already kind of cooked. I'm not even really talking to you. Pretend to listen. It's okay. And then
I'm trying to get the EAFC beta.
Not Battlefield?
I've got that already.
And then on top of that, they're buying views and likes and shit. So they're botting themselves, paying for comments, whatever the fuck, to inflate those numbers. And now there's like bots replying to comments, bots talking to each other, AI content. It's basically just like we're putting so much garbage on the internet at this point that the value decreases at a rate that I would say is literally day by day. Day by day. The value of the internet decreases. Last year, for the first time ever, it was the first year that there were more bots on the internet than people.
Wow.
Yeah. That is... The growth of that is so rapid that we're going to get to a point maybe by the end of next year where it's 90% bots. 10% real people. It's getting worse so fast. Like, the internet I loved is dead. And that is sad. Like, the internet we grew up on and really, really liked is sad.
Sad.
It's so sad. The internet, it's not the way it was anymore. We gotta make the internet great again. You know what I mean? We gotta do it.
It's, yeah, it used to be real fun.
Hey, did anyone in chat get an EAFC beta code?
Yes, apparently.
Send it up, bruv, if you're not going to use it.
Sounds like they're using it.
Oh, fucking losers.
Gated communities on the internet is now a necessity, which is so insane to imagine.
Oh, they're tied to your account?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Are we doing Battlefield? Are you doing it? I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'll probably play Battlefield this weekend.
Oh, I'm
I always
doing
like
it.
a little bit of Battlefield.
Yeah. Do you think they'll let us... Is it cross-play on the beta? Probably not.
No, probably not. I'll do PC. The internet comes with problems, but I choose to focus on what I can control. Yeah, look, despite the insane harassment that comes after me because people know that they'll get views from using my name, which is the same kind of problem, right? They're not making content for any, like, because it's good. They're doing it because they want to use my face in a thumbnail and use my name to get views. It's the same problem. Like, it's fake content in order to... Thank you for the sub, Magic Cat. It's content for an algorithm and not content for people, you know what I mean? That happens to me, that sucks. Other than that, my internet experience is fairly good, but like that apps that I used to use and enjoy browsing don't have that value anymore. They're addictive, but not valuable. It's a different thing. You know what I mean?
It don't hit the same.
Kyle Hill has a couple of great vids on dead internet theory. I have one too, and I
You know
actually
what I
think
use?
Kyle and I posted one within like 24 hours span of each. We had a chat about it.
You know what I use the most now?
What's that?
Reddit.
I use Reddit so much more than I used to. Yeah.
Yeah,
I used
I
to Google
rely
things
on it
and now
more.
I use Reddit.
Yeah, I don't like Googling. I like
But
hearing from Reddit.
We don't have. Yeah, I will always put Reddit at the end of every single search rather than articles now. But the problem with Reddit is that the advertisers are going to catch up to that. So Reddit's going
ruin
to end
that.
up being bots.
But then we'll go to the next Reddit.
Yeah.
I really like Reddit.
Dude,
like,
Threads fucking sucks, Scott. You actually are one of the few people on there who keeps me sane.
I fucking hate Threads.
I will only open Threads when I'm in traffic. It's so, or I'm waiting for something. It's so specific, but fuck, that place is dog shit. It's so bad. It's truly, truly terrible.
You know, I used to like Twitter would be great for like, you know, like Wario64.
Yeah.
I have him on Blue Sky because
Yeah.
like I'm a
I imagine
consumer.
it's the same content.
Huh?
I imagine it's the same.
It's the same, but like I use Reddit to find out the latest 4K pre-order, where switches
'Cause
are
you're
available,
actually-
and
it's
people are
humans.
talking and sharing when a beta goes live. And I use Reddit. I don't use anything else.
Threads is definitely worse than Twitter. by the way.
Yeah, Threads is garbage.
It's absolute trash because it's so much engagement bait over and over and over again, which is what I mean. It's like it gives me existential dread. This like real humans aren't posting things that are actually of value to humans. They're trying to trick other humans in liking or commenting or engaging for a number. How the fuck does this not make anyone else panic? It disturbs me so much, like that you wouldn't make content for humans. You're making content to trick humans into engaging. It's for engagement, and it just fucking freaks me out. It just really freaks me out. It's that Black Mirror app, totally. Yeah, it's just ugh.
50 million for Darwin Núñez is insane. That's what's
Get outta
been
here, Darwin.
inserted into.
See you later.
You're not going to say
I think
goodbye.
you can think about this stuff too much. I just do what I'm interested in. Presume there will be people similarly interested. To be clear, I only make content that like is for humans. I don't do that. I'm not out here making content for engagement literally ever. It's always for people. I don't even really look at engagement. But it's the point. My point is just that the things that I used to frequent, that used to provide value to me, no longer do, because every human, 90% of humans, I don't even think I'm exaggerating, are posting stuff for engagement and not because it's real. Like fake pranks, fake whatever. You know what I mean? I appreciate that, Sean. Thank you. I still try to make good content.
I only make content for engagement.
I only make content for bots, yeah.
Yep. I do.
Yeah.
That's why I do the dancing.
Freaks me out.
I jump on any joke. The Coldplay thing, I immediately jump on it. I just need that engagement.
Thoughts on Son's farewell? Yeah, I asked if Rahul wanted to go see him play, but he said no.
I couldn't give a flying
That's
fuck.
crazy.
Did he wear red?
I love Son.
Did he have the liver bird on his chest?
I think people who just want to game the system or chase views will just burn out or crash and burn. It's a very limited lifespan. I don't know, dude. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. I will say, like, as a content creator, I imagine you have the same thing, Luton. If you watch a video that you like, leave a comment. Like, it really... Like, that's still for the fucking algorithm, I guess, but, like, it does help.
I don't
As
leave
a-
a single comment
I don't
on Luton's
either.
videos.
Well, because you're asleep.
That scene sounds mean, but I can't comment on Luton's videos because I'm asleep. It's done. It's what I fall asleep to. The Astartes found out.
Just
That's
yeah,
my
just like
Luton.
him. Sounds just like him.
The God Emperor.
Thank you, Perry Venture. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, sorry, back to the story. Reddit started checking ages. How accurate is facial age verification? Software allows a website or app to set a challenge age to limit the number of underage people who slip through the net.
This is going to upset white people, particularly conservative grifters.
Yeah.
Because this is the part of this whole like racism against white people thing.
Okay.
because historically you lot age terribly.
White people always look older, yeah.
Yeah. So there's going to be white kids who are underage who look 40 because of the lack of melanin, and they're going to be able to finesse the system.
They'll probably have to do it by race, which is wild. But like, there was a thing. It was when I still worked at Xbox. When I worked at Xbox, Kinect was coming out, and they had a ton of issues of Kinect not understanding women because not enough of the dev team was women. So they had to like hire a bunch of like people's wives and shit to come in and speak to it because it only understood male voices.
Do not whitewash Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is not white. You do not get to claim Keanu
He's
Reeves.
not
He
white.
is part Hawaiian.
He's not full white. Which I think is probably what Jared was saying, to be clear.
No,
He was probably saying that. It seems like that's what he was saying.
I thought he was claiming it as no, he's an example of a white person that looks good for 60.
Doesn't read that way to me. Who knows?
He's not half Japanese. That's Dean Cain, apparently.
He's from the white part of Hawaii.
Can you Google a picture of Keanu Reeves' dad, please?
I don't really... Okay.
Yes, he's full Canadian. He looks like fucking Jacob.
Oh, it's Jacob. I don't know how to confirm... Okay, yeah, that's his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a white man.
No.
Yeah.
You don't get to claim Keanu. Canadians can.
That's not a white man.
The whites don't.
This man is not white.
His name is Keanu. It's Cool Breeze
Keanu.
in Hawaiian.
Thank you, Virtuous. Appreciate that. Thank you.
No, you can't claim him.
He is part white, Jared, correct? He's just not full white.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a white man.
Neither's Keanu. You can tell. Look at his features.
Yeah, I think you're
It's
right.
crazy
I
that
think you're
people
right.
don't see that.
I think you're on to something there, brother.
He literally played Buddha.
It's a great... Thank you, Viz. I think I know what my co-star's race is. I think I, colleague of Keanu Reeves, would know. So, it was such a pleasure to work with him.
You only worked with Keanu?
Yes.
What was he like?
Great.
That's it?
Yes.
What'd you talk about?
Cause.
Oh!
Yeah. What other methods are there? So this is AI. What other methods are there? An equally direct method is to require users to show a piece of formal identification such as a passport. Well, every site carrying pornography. It's just truly the most terrifying leak. That like your fucking ID is next to your porn searches, bro. Like,
I don't
oh
mind.
my god.
Do you know what? I genuinely wouldn't mind if my porn habits leaked.
Yeah, no.
I'm down for it.
You'd be fine. Everyone's gonna be like, classic Rahul. That's obviously.
I've
You'd be
got nothing
completely
to hide.
fine. I would also be fine. But I think that there are a lot of people who would not. I'm sure I've said this publicly that I had an ex-boyfriend who I opened his browser to do some work, and I guess it was the browser I was doing university or something. It was the browser he used for porn, and he was watching exclusively old men, like elderly, like geriatric old men, like 80s, having sex with young women. And I still don't really know what that means. What, I just didn't really know it was legal. They weren't like underage or anything like that. It was just, why that? He was like 20.
That's weird.
Why that?
I think the worst...
Much to unpack.
What's the worst thing I've watched? Like the most depraved. You know what?
You don't have to say.
I'll share it.
You don't have to.
The most depraved I might get is an unattractive person. Does that make sense?
What? How's unattractive people?
Let me spit. Let me spit.
You don't have to talk about this.
I'm spitting.
Okay.
Everything I do is really vanilla.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, because the people are attractive or look after themselves or they're fit, right? Sometimes it feels a little fake. So the most depraved is I'll probably be like, well,
You
they look
someone who
like
looks
real
amateur.
people.
That's yeah. I guess
That's like a real person.
that's
You
so
know,
sweet.
That beaver looks more real.
Mm.
That's about it. I don't really do all of that choking and violent spitting crap. I don't enjoy any of that. I just love fucking huge norks.
I do wonder what the statistics are in that like violent, like abusive against women porn.
No, I don't search to find ugly people.
It says ugly woman, huge tits. That's why he's dating me.
No, it's just like if you. Nice. No, it's just sometimes I'll be like, I'll feel bad afterwards. Like I'll go, oh, I shouldn't have. It's like if you've slept with someone that was unattractive, and you go, oh, I was a bit too horny there. I shouldn't have done that. You know?
Wow. Okay.
Like,
It's not as weird as the old men, but there's still something in there that's interesting. Go on a porn site and type in spread turtle. Jeff, do we have any game codes to give away? Should you give a game code to
what would
Godzilla
happen if you typed spread
It's like
turtle?
great. I don't want to do it. I don't want to search. I don't want to. I don't.
I'll do it.
Well, I can do it on Google.
I'm gonna do it on my incognito. I only consume woke porn.
Spread turtle. Just a bunch of cute turts. What's a bunch of turts just turting around? Nothing.
No, I meant on Pornhub.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't do that. Okay. Will every site carrying pornography carry out the age checks? They should.
I'm going to leave on that note. That's a compliment to you. Porn is a fantasy and you want what you can't have. And because my partner is stunning, sometimes I like to jerk off to uggos so I can see what it's like. Go on, that's a compliment. That's satisfying.
Okay.
What did I say wrong? What have I
I
done?
just don't really know how to take that.
It's a compliment.
It doesn't. For some reason, it's not really feeling like one.
Why? I literally complimented your looks. I told you you're
Not really.
satisfactory.
Not really. You said it was satisfactory.
What was satisfactory?
You said I was satisfactory.
Didn't I once? No,
You
sufficient.
said I was sufficient.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that again? You're sufficient.
Oh, yeah, I got my S's wrong. I didn't mean you're satisfactory.
Great game, though. Great game.
What is?
Satisfactory.
That was a compliment.
Yeah, okay.
Because, sometimes you might get tired of looking down at the same beautiful face. Innit?
I just don't, it just doesn't.
If you went on my browser and it was just like, buggo getting fucked, and it was all of that.
No, I would.
Would you be like, what the
I would assume that you're attracted to ugly women. That's why you're dating me.
And then if you approached me and said, no, it's because I have hot at home.
That doesn't make sense. No. Not with you on this one.
Oh, fair enough. What time is Jacob and John? Jacob and
8:30.
Oh, I didn't clean.
Okay, I'd really like to get through this story, lad. Just one day we'll finish it.
Thanks for having me, everyone. I gotta go clean.
That is a good point. People do tend to cheat with people who are uglier than their partner. That does happen quite a bit. And it's very confusing.
Didn't Gordon Brown, our Prime Minister, who was blind, cheat on his wife with a twin? Did I make that up?
There's so many things to unpack in that sentence. You had a blind prime minister?
Oh, that's Blunkett.
What the fuck are you talking about? Hey, thank you for 54 months. That's crazy.
Did I mix about 4 stories
I have
into
no
that
idea what
one?
you're talking about.
Oh,
I don't know what's going on.
Gordon Brown, who cheated with a twin?
Jesus Christ.
Did David Blunkett cheat? David Blunkett wasn't our Prime Minister.
Okay.
No, blind Secretary of State, David Blunkett. Did he cheat?
I could just Google it, mate. Yes.
With a twin?
Don't know about that.
Oh.
Unclear. Who the fuck is David Blunkett?
Secretary of State.
This fella?
Yeah. Is he still alive?
Is he alive? Is he alive? Is he alive? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for controversy.
There. Oh. Personal life.
Blanket divorced his wife for 20 years, Ruth Mitchell, by whom he had 3 sons in 1990. Real 3-year affair with Kimberly Quinn, a married former publisher of The Spectator, and the disputed parentage of their then 2-year-old child. No, does not appear to be twin related.
Oh. Thinking of someone else.
But he had to do DNA tests to show something about... Oh, he was the father of Kimberly Quinn's children. DNA test proved that he was the father through an affair. So he got 5 kids. They made up a story about him having sex with a young woman. Jesus Christ. Blunkett's a little fucking hound out here. This dude's fucking. Oh, he had guide dogs. Ruby Teddy offered.
That looks like Banjo. Look at that. Doesn't that look like Banjo?
What a cutie. That looks like a lab. Black lab. Became familiar characters in the House of Commons and House of Lords, usually sleeping at his feet on the floor of the chambers, inspiring occasional comments from Blunkett and his fellow MPs on both sides of the House. In one incident, Lucy, a cross between a black Labrador and a curly coat retriever, vomited during a speech by Conservative member David Willits.
That was awesome.
On another occasion, his new guide dog led him to the Conservative Party benches. That's really funny.
The dog took him to Conservative side.
Yeah,
He probably
he's
thought.
like, come on, brother.
He's like, yeah.
You know, yeah, we know.
You're
You're
not.
not hiding it. We know what's inside those veins. I've seen what you've been doing to women. Wow. Good to know. We uncovered so much here that I did not expect.
The Right Honourable the Lord Blunkett P. Facus.
What?
Whatever that says. P.C. Facus.
P.C. Faxes. Fellow of the Academy of Social Sciences.
Oh.
Yes. Fox.
Facus.
Ah.
Fax.
Nice. Well, huge fan of the
Sorry,
dogs.
Gordon
Sounds great.
Brown.
Sounds
I got-
huge.
There's about 4 people I wrapped all their stories in
Yeah.
to Blunkett.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's good content. Remember when we were doing a catch-up stream? Is this not the catch-up you wanted?
Misinformation.
Oh, what? You weren't trying to catch up on the Lord Blunkett? The Right Honourable, the Lord Blunkett? What were you trying to catch up on? Use your time better, Drew. I don't have fucking time for this. We love the Lord, the Right Honourable, the Lord Blunkett in this chat. Jeff, can you make an emote?
You can't have a Blunkett among.
Just be clear, because you guys can't see it. He literally does say the Right Honourable, the Lord Blunkett. But it's a fact. Everyone already knows about Blunkett. Is this old news? You're like, people always get mad at me for covering stories late on YouTube because it's not my job, shut up. And I try to be thorough, okay? So sometimes it takes me a couple
Are you
extra
asking
days.
if Blunkett's affair
But
is
I think
old
that
news?
basically everyone's like, we already knew about Blunkett, Alanah.
Do you know when it happened?
This is old news. I could tell you when it happened.
It might be the oldest news you've covered.
Should I make my next YouTube video about it?
That'd be really
Maybe
funny.
I'll do that for April 1st next year.
2004.
2004. I've been busy since
You were 11 years
2004. I
old.
was 11. So I've had catching up to do.
No,
okay.
Alanah knows who Jimmy Savile is.
I do know who Jimmy Savile is. Thank you for the gifted
you were a
sub.
big fan, weren't you?
Appreciate that.
You loved him.
Jimmy Savile? Why would you say
you're
that?
a big fan.
In what
That's
way?
why she dyed her hair that colour.
You wrote him a letter. You
I did write Jim.
wrote him a fucking
I
letter.
did. I asked Jim if I could get a ride in the Batmobile.
Yeah, I did not know who he was in Australia, for the record. I only found out when Rahul told me and we watched the documentary, and it was repulsive. Like, one of the most awful things I've ever seen. He was, like, using charity services to get access to children in hospitals, dude. Like, fucking monster. Jimmy Savile.
Bring up a picture of him. He looks like a monster. But yeah, that's why Alanah dyed her hair.
Yeah.
That was Steve Coogan as Jimmy Savile, that first one.
I mean, they found him dead in his bed doing this because he was also, I think, a Catholic.
Is that true?
I believe so.
His
Yeah.
fingers were crossed.
Yeah, but he was like hoping to get into heaven when he died. But we fucking know
He's a fucking nonce.
you're down there with Reagan, son. That's where you are.
Nonce. You dirty nonce.
I mean, you look at this dude and you don't think
and he was
probably
protected.
up for something. Yeah, he basically admitted it multiple times, and everyone just kind of denied it.
No, he didn't admit it.
He-
But multiple
he
people
joked
had
about
said
it.
it.
He made jokes about it. Look at it. You know what I mean?
Make that face with your hair.
It's gotta be kind of messy around here. Pull it back.
Nonce. Yep, that's who I wrote to.
Is it good? Did I do good?
Yeah,
Is it good? Did it look like him?
yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's all I've ever wanted is to be compared to Jimmy Savile. Our prolific sex predator got away with it for decades.
There is a
He did get away with it for a really
for
long
audiences
time.
who don't know. Obviously, Brits know this like story, but Netflix has a Jimmy Savile documentary. That's what you watch, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the Netflix one.
It was
It's horrific. It's
really,
horrendous.
really awful. Yeah.
Yeah. Big fat
Rahul,
fucking
the
nonce.
delivery of my Liverpool kit is delayed. It might have to buy the Green to compensate. Yeah, actually, I recorded an unboxing of Rahul and I going through the however much money he spent on Liverpool shit. But it's just gonna be as a short on my IRL channel. Like it'll be
1,000.
You spent $1,000? What's wrong with you?
I want Isak.
That's you being like, and here's my bid for Isak. Thank you so much.
I've put $1,000 right there for Isak. Thank you very
Jesus
much.
Christ.
I've spent more than
Have we had any updates on that today?
No.
Like with the Man United stuff?
no.
Nothing. Any update on the Mike Truck shirts? Thank you for asking. So, Redbubble did not allow them. So, I'm gonna find somewhere else to put them basically, but I'll figure that out. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, Redbubble said no because of IP, because it's a Pokemon. So, unfortunately, so I'll figure something else out. Yeah.
This stream is maximum ADHD. That's my fault.
It's a great.
That's my cue to
It's
leave.
a great point.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, love.
I haven't seen him in a while, innit? So I thought I'd pop in and that.
Thank you. Banjo, the other day, we found like a little bit of dog shit on the floor, and we were like, what the fuck? Because he's a very good boy. He's a perfect angel baby. And we found like a tiny bit of dog shit on the floor. We were like, there's no way Banjo shat himself inside. Like, why would he ever do that? That's so strange. Like, was something wrong? Like, and then we watched the camera, and I keep thinking this is really funny. So I walk with the security. So I walk past the security camera, and then Banjo walks past the security camera like a second later, but because we're just like scrubbing, it basically just appears right after I walk past. And then we slow it down, and it's basically Banjo had a little bit of shit stuck on his tail, and then he like shook, and it fell to the floor. But I keep being like, what would you have done? Like, what would your response have been if we went through this footage, and it turned out that because I was like wearing a dress, that I just like shat myself and kept walking? Like, what would you have said to me if I had just been like, I just walked. I didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't like, it's like I didn't pause or anything. I just kept going. I just shat myself and then just walked off. And Rahul didn't even say he would break up with me, which I thought was crazy. I think if somebody just shits themselves and keeps walking, that's a pretty serious conversation you got to have there. I think that's a tough one to come back from. Cutie Cinderella's shadow adult self multiple times? Really? Has she? Reminds me of the security footage at the store of the woman walking out. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Is that woman who like picks her pants or something and shit falls out or whatever? Insane. An insane thing to do. Will you and Rahul ever read Reddit stories on stream? Would like to hear both of you reacting to Am I the Arsehole? I think we may have done that once before, but yeah, I'm totally down to do that. I would propose. No, you got to have a serious chat if your partner shits themselves and doesn't do anything about it. Crazy. Is that a little Bando? Watch kid. Little boy. Little much? Oh, it's Panda. Oh, he saw me and then fucked off. He went, "No, I'm right, thanks, love." Anyway, it was on Banjo's tail. That was, he shook and then a little bit came off. He had a little dinkleberry, basically. Back to the child protection measures that we were trying to talk about. Ofcom can deploy a range of punishments under the Act. Companies can be fined up to £18 million or 10% of global turnover for breaches, or whichever is greater. In the case of Meta, such a fine would equate to 16 billion. Sites or apps can also receive formal warnings. For extreme breaches, Ofcom can ask a court to prevent the site or app from being available in the UK. Wild, 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 wild. So why is everyone so against this? Not that I'm for it, but like I'm still not fully clear. UK's Online Safety Act has been greatly anticipated. We spoke about Nigel already. Experts say the inherent tensions in the Act between taking down harmful content swiftly and preserving free speech are likely to bubble away. So much of the Act is a massive overreach. I do think requiring people's IDs to use the internet is a massive overreach. I think I agree with that. In response to Reform UK's criticism of the law, Peter Kyle, the technology secretary, said, "Make no mistake about it, if people like Jimmy Savile, the tangent was relevant by accident. It was totally relevant." Once you're old enough, you're going to poop yourself and might not even know. My grandma does this thing where sometimes she poops. Sorry, she doesn't poop. She doesn't shit herself. She farts, but it's like step by step. So as she steps, she farts. So she'll be like, it's very funny because she also doesn't address it. She just goes, she's a 95-year-old lady just fart walking around. It's so funny. He'd be perpetuating his crimes online. I mean, this is true. Nigel Farage is saying that he's on their side. Kyle was referring to provisions in the Act that seek to prevent children being groomed via messaging apps. Farage said the technology secretary words were disgusting and demanded an apology, which is not forthcoming. I mean, that's a pretty fucked up thing to say, yeah. She's lighting up the afterburner. That's where she gets her speed. You did, my love, yes.
Guess what? I'm doing training.
Yeah? Oh, it's better!
For this greenie.
Oh my god.
Get it on cam.
Are you ready? Andrew? Come. Come on. All the way back. All the way back. Okay, you sit. Look at you speak. Oh, you speak. Oh, you speak. Go and speak. Come on. Can I have a call? Thanks, Bob. Look at me. Oh my god! It's treat time! Huge, 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 huge. He doesn't know where to eat it. It's the cutest thing. He goes, "I'm gonna take the treat." What a good boy. What a good boy. I feel like what it boils down to is that parents need to be more involved with their children's online activities. I don't know, you guys. In that, like, fundamentally, I agree with you. Parents need to be the ones more involved. But that's clearly not working. Like I said, I was on 4chan as a 13-year-old. I saw, intentionally, but some really fucked up shit. The type of stuff that my parents will never have seen. And I don't think parents are going to know the technology that their children use as well as the children do. I don't know. I work in the games industry. I've been in video games for my whole life, really, but like professionally for I think like 12 years or something now. I don't know anything about Roblox. Nothing. They should definitely make the effort, but I don't know that that's a solution. No, dude, Scott, I saw much worse than 2 Girls, 1 Cup. I saw one thing I don't even want to say out loud. The most horrific thing you could possibly see. I've seen. I mean, I've seen beheadings. The one I'm referring to is, I think it's called like 3 Guys, 1 Screwdriver or something. I basically watched a video of a man be stabbed in the face and in the stomach repeatedly with a screwdriver after they had bludgeoned him with a brick. And I maybe was 13, and I can still see that perfectly. Just perfectly picture that, because it was so awful. They stabbed him through the eye, man. Ugh. And it was because it was like this, like... Again, I was a little edgelord kid. And it was this 4chan thing that was like a... you had to see how long you could go without looking away. And there was I had another kid with me. And so you had to look at something for as long as you could before you clicked it off, like a challenge. It was awful. It was really, really awful. And again, my parents still to this day wouldn't even know that I was looking at that stuff as a kid. They would have no idea. Reddit 50/50 stuff, puppies or beheadings. Yeah, you know? You don't need to apologize. Like, it's my own fault. Like, I was doing it on purpose, really. Like, I knew what I was fucking doing. My point is just... My parents had no idea that I was doing that and still don't know. And I was a good kid with good parents. I am, like, best case scenario in that I've never really broken any rules. I've never broken the law. I was, like, always a well-behaved kid. And my parents, I think, had a great balance between, like, paying attention to what I was doing and trying to let me as a teenager have privacy. You know? It's like, what else are you supposed to do? I really don't know what the solution is. Pie in the sky, perhaps government should fund programs to educate parents about online dangers. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't trust the government to do it, but the alternative is like, who else? I really don't know. I remember that video, though. I think the screwdriver titled one was a different one, with teens stabbing a dead/dying old lady in the eye and such. The screwdriver one I'm referring to was definitely a man. But whatever, I don't remember the title. It was fucking awful. It was fucking awful. Companies won't do it without financial incentives or legal incentives. Like, if you could lose money on a lawsuit. The law is presuming that underage kids go looking, so it's an attempt to make companies accountable for removing the most extreme content, is how I see it. Yeah, which is fair. Legal is financial. That's true. It's a good point. They're kind of the same thing. Yeah, I don't know. So it's not only the British... Oh, sorry, this is the same argument that they used to go after end-to-end encryption with the problem with laws like this is that it comes at the expense of everyone's privacy, especially marginalized folks. There are plenty of folks online that have vested interest in staying anonymous online. The true benefactors of these laws are the platforms and the state. Yeah, I agree. That's where you need to vote in responsible government, not those tied to religion or extreme conservative politics. I don't think responsible government exists. Not in the US. I don't think that you can be responsible and ethical and succeed in politics in the US. I think that the system doesn't allow for it. I think that in order to succeed in American politics, you have to inherently be corrupt. The only way you succeed is if you are in cahoots with lobbyists, at the very least, multiple organizations, especially because I've spent so much fucking money on campaigning. You need a ton of support to be able to do that. Like, I don't think it exists. I don't think you can be successful in US politics without being corrupt. And by that, I mean, you don't necessarily go into it corrupt, but I think it corrupts you. I think it has to. That's why, like, so much of the conversation about Israel-Palestine, about, like, a lot of the left being really mad at the American government, even the Dems, for supporting Israel. That the whole system is so corrupt. There is no other alternative. America is so dependent on that ally in the Middle East and that control of the region that, and a lot of Americans live in Israel, that they were, no one was ever going to get that far in politics and even be able to stand against it because the system is so broken. There's nothing that no one was ever going to be against it if they were that far along. Dude, I can't believe that in like that fucking stock market trading isn't illegal for politicians. That's fucking wild. So exploitable. What are all these politicians doing being fucking millionaires when they 100% should be public servants? They aren't. It's crazy. It's crazy shit. It's just not it's not great out here. That's the problem, is like that's why I don't trust any of them to do anything right. Ugh, it's complicated, man. Okay, sorry, where were we up to? Jordan called the act of the UK's online censorship law and accused Ofcom, which is implementing legislation targeting and harassing US companies. The group of Republican and Democrat politicians also visited Brussels to discuss online safety acts, EU equivalent, the Digital Services Act. Let me out of America. We just bought our first house several months before this administration. Yeah, my dad called me the other day and like begged me to leave. I don't know what to do. That's what really gets me, is I just don't fucking know what to do. Another Republican politician in the delegation, Scott Fitzgerald, said he thought the White House would certainly be interested in finding out what the group discovered. The Trump administration's concerns have extended to threatening Ofcom and EU staff with a visa ban. In May, the State Department announced it will block entry to the US to foreign nationals who censor Americans. Huh. I really don't think the US should be doing this, to be clear. I really think the US should stop being like, if you disagree with us, get the fuck out of the country. This feels not great. But foreign nationals who censor Americans is how they're phrasing it. I still feel like maybe The Guardian is not giving me a great picture here. Concerns over free speech also intersect with economic interests. The major tech platforms that come under the aegis of the Act, Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Snapchat, and X, are all based in the US. Companies can be fined. Yeah, of course, that's what it is. Companies can be fined up to 18 million or 10% of global turnover for breaches, or whichever is greater. In the case of Meta, the parent of Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp, such a fine would equate to $16 billion. Fucking hell. On Friday, the social media platform X, owned by self-professed free speech advocate Elon Musk, issued a statement condemning the enforcement of the act. Saying the legislation was at risk of seriously infringing free speech. There are also signs of popular backlash in the UK. A petition calling for the repeal of the act has accumulated more than 480,000 signatures, which means it will be considered for a debate in Parliament, and has been posted on social media by the far-right activist Tommy Robinson. Tim Bale, professor of politics at Queen Mary University of London, doubts nonetheless whether freedom of speech is a vote winner. Petition or no petition, it's not a big issue for most people. I guess it's probably not in the UK because there is no freedom of speech. Clearly, for the extremely online, whether on the right or left, it's an issue, but it's not going to sway a large number of votes with the majority of the population. Look, I am blanket against internet censorship. I'm against it. It's in pretty much all forms, except for things that are illegal. Anything that would exploit a minor, revenge porn, I'm against those things. I recognize the complications in exposure to these things to children. Yeah, I feel like I do come down to it has to be on parents. I do think that's where I come down to. That's where I feel like I feel most comfortable, but it's clearly not working. So perhaps that is the issue that we have to try to address, is the parenting problems. You know what I mean? Alanah, don't talk about stuff you don't know about. Seriously? What? Why? I'm allowed to talk about whatever I want. I don't have to know everything. There is freedom of speech in the UK. Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure that America's the only place that actually has that. Like, in the way that the US is referring to it. The UK protects freedom of expression but does not have freedom of speech. Yeah, they're different things. Huh? What are you mad at me for? While there is no general right to free speech in the UK since 1998, freedom of expression is guaranteed according. So that's, yeah, it's the same as Australia. What are you so upset about? You're mad at me for saying the UK doesn't have freedom of speech? What are you so upset about? They literally don't. Like, word for word, they do not. There are multiple differences. And I think the US does. Yeah, that's what it's called. That's the name of the thing. Literally, that is what it is called. Yeah, they're different things. He did come in already mad. Yeah, he just and then said, "Don't talk about things you don't know about." Well, sir, welcome to a stream in which I am going over something I don't know about and trying to find information. So, you are not well informed enough to be shouting this stuff out. What did I shout? What did I shout? Where did I shout anything? I just said a phrase while learning about something. You're not well informed enough about fucking anything, loser. Yeah, you're basically telling me don't research a topic I don't know anything about? No, but what? Why would I do that? Don't censor my free speech, please, sir. Come in here, tell me I can't talk about things. Wow, what about free speech? Get out of here. In any case, companies target kids, algorithmic or otherwise. Why would reform put the kids at the mercy of tech bros? Again, agree, that's a problem. New under 18 guidelines in the UK, which just kicked up the latest row. I think we already read that, didn't we? Okay. Let's see what X has to say about it, shall we? Elon Musk's platform X has said the UK's Online Safety Act, OSA, is at risk of seriously infringing free speech and as a row deepens over measures to protecting children from harmful content. Social media company said the Act's laudable intentions are being overshadowed by its aggressive implementation from the communications watchdog Ofcom. In a statement posted on platform X, many are now concerned that a plan ostensibly intended to keep children safe is at risk of seriously infringing on the public's right to free expression. The UK government hit back, saying it was demonstrably false to claim the Act compromised free speech and pointing to its provisions on protecting freedom of expression. I don't really feel like this is relevant. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh, did he call me names? I didn't even see them. I also don't really care if you call me names, to be clear. The policy is that people aren't allowed to call each other names, but whatever, he was an idiot, it's fine. X added in statement that freedom of speech would risk, that freedom of speech risk would not be a surprise to the UK government because by passing OSA, lawmakers had made a contentious decision to increase censorship in the name of online safety. It is fair to ask if UK citizens were equally aware of the trade-off being made. The Act, a bugbear of political right on both sides of the Atlantic, has come under renewed scrutiny after new restrictions. I really feel like The Guardian is not doing a good job with this. Breakdown of... But really just not giving me the fucking information that I want. Okay. I have to find a website that I trust, and all of these sound kind of... I haven't heard of like half of these. Okay, well, we could read the Taylor Lorenz one. I feel like she would probably give me the information that I would be after, so let's try that. And then people differ in their opinions of her, but I can imagine as a tech reporter I will get the information I'm interested in. Okay. I don't understand why they wouldn't have a discussion with you rather than argue and call you names. It is a really weird one to call me names on. Because, again, he did that while I was actively researching the thing. You know what I mean? It's a weird choice. It's a bold strategy, Colin. Let's see if it pays off for him. Like, he watched me actively trying to learn about something and then told me to shut up as though I didn't know anything about it. What? How does that work? You know what I mean? Anyway, the UK censorship catastrophe is just the beginning. Also, I think that when I caught him saying that, the thing that I had just said was that I'm against censorship across the board. And I think it has to be on parents, but I don't know how that works. Which feels like, honestly, such a fucking boring take that I'm almost disappointed in myself that I don't have anything more intelligent to say. Okay. The UK censorship catastrophe is just the beginning. I did an hour-long beginner's breakdown on... Okay, great.
Everything in this.
Oh, I'm not watching an hour-long YouTube video. I'm so sorry. Watch the full video on my channel. I'm so sorry. I don't have that in me. The UK's Online Safety Act finally went into effect this week, and it's been a massive clusterfuck. Entire forums, websites, communities, and essential journalism is being censored. People are being forced to scan their faces to use Spotify. That's why Spotify. I guess Spotify could host anything. And YouTube is guessing ages and asking users for government IDs. Oof, we're really just giving these mega corporations all of our fucking information. Aren't we? Really are. Thank you, Hard LVs. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Lockheed Martin. Thank you, I guess. Anonymous. Thank you so much. You know, Lockheed Martin I kind of feel like I got tricked a little. I went to the Johnson Space Center and my manager told me that I was going for NASA. And I was like, oh my God, fuck yeah, dude. And so I went and we did some really cool stuff. And I think when I got there, I found out that it was actually Lockheed Martin, who still took me to NASA, but it was funded by them. And I was like, well, that's a whole other company. And I was not aware of that before I landed, was I? Not that they had anything to do with weapons, but I was like, okay. And it was a weird one to not be told about. Weird one to not be told about. It did feel like a rug pull. Like they approached it all as though it was NASA. And the guy from Lockheed, the PR guy, was like very nice. Very nice dude. Not his fault. There's something I could say, but I don't want to say it publicly because he was really nice. But there was one comment that was really something that I won't. But yeah, I was supposed to make a YouTube video about it. They never sent me the files, and I just never followed up because I was like, well, I don't really want to make this video for Lockheed Martin. But it was really cool. I basically they had a spacecraft that went around the moon, and they were figuring out minimal latency tech for that. And they had a means where at the Space Center, it was me and maybe 10 other people that they tested this thing with, could write something and then it would appear on the webcam that was literally on that spaceship. So I wrote, "Hi Mom," and I wrote my name, and I put up a picture of Banjo. So technically an image of Banjo has been broadcasted in space, which was pretty sick. It's pretty fucking cool. Oh yeah, they may have a video about it, but I was supposed to put a vlog up and I never got one. But I wouldn't be surprised if they have a video about it. Anyway, yeah, it was weird. They didn't tell me. They didn't tell me it was Lockheed. I thought it was NASA. It was a very strange thing to happen to me. I really feel like I probably should have known that. It might have been intentional. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway. Like all of these terrible censorship bills, the Online Safety Act claims it's about protecting children from the evils of pornographic and adult content, but immediately after it went into effect, the platforms began classifying nearly all breaking news, war coverage, investigative journalism. It just never fucking works, dude. That's the problem, is all of it is just always protect the children, and it never fucking works. Political protest material and information about reproductive and public health is explicit or harmful content, thus blocking anyone under 18 from accessing it. Which is crazy. Thank you. Anonymous. We really got the big four. They also block loads of subreddits related to drink and drug recovery just because of their names. Yeah, as though this can't happen to children, you know? Ugh. As said, subreddits dedicated to covering war crimes in Ukraine and Gaza or crucial information on sex ed now requires age verification. As The Verge posted, effectively, web platforms must either set up an age verification system that poses potential privacy risks. Default to block is huge privacy risks. Huge privacy risks. It's not Ugh. Default to blocking huge swaths of potentially questionable content or entirely pull out of the UK. Residents are finding themselves locked out of anything from period-related subreddits to hobbyist forums. That's fucking crazy. We're about to experience an age of unprecedented censorship and surveillance, and some people are applauding it because they have the forethought of a sea urchin. So, who is for this? I guess we need to look into that too, because I get it if it's just like old boomers, because they don't really understand, you know what I mean? Makes me laugh. The only people who know how to get around this stuff are the kids. Totally. Yeah. Likely religious organizations. That seems very likely to me. Yes. Our legal age to have sex is 16. Our voting age is going down to 16. We can't look it up on Wikipedia or Google. That is fucking crazy. It is crazy. Users on Reddit are reporting entire subreddits being blocked across the UK. A post on one tech support subreddit shows the message, due to local laws, we are temporarily restricting access to this content until X estimates your age. Fucking hell. A post on UK Politics reads, if you have a standard X account in the UK, presumably the vast majority of British users, you cannot see any protest footage that contains any violence tonight because of the Online Safety Act. For any age? Jesus. Reddit has also blocked access to a slew of subreddits featuring critical public health related information like R-periods, R-stop smoking, R-stop drinking. Why? Why? You know? Hey, thank you for the raid! Hi, everybody. Welcome. Hi. Nice to see you. We are talking about the recent censorship laws in the UK. Banjo came to say hi, too. Thank you, everybody. Hi. And how apparently Reddit has also blocked access to a slew of subreddits featuring crucial public health related information like R-periods, R-stop smoking, and R-stop drinking, which again is like, are we going to pretend this is things that doesn't affect kids? Because it does. Some kids start drinking at 13. Some people start fucking smoking at 10. You know, like it's been really annoying to access stuff now. Oh, are you actually in the UK, Draz? Can you talk about it a little? So obviously you'd be back there, I would assume, by now. Would that prevent underage girls from seeking out abortions and advice? Probably. None of these bans are purposeful. It's just a catch-all blanket ban with no thought. Yeah. What's up? You okay? What's going on?
I'm just kind
My friend is from there. It's been annoying for him. Have any of your friends in the UK made any comment about the online censorship stuff affecting them?
What?
Have any of your friends in the UK made any comment about the online censorship stuff affecting them?
Have you met my friends?
That's a good point. It's a good point.
I am one of 4 brothers.
Good point.
Not a single one of them posts on Instagram,
Yeah.
social media. I've never seen them post. They haven't taken a
Thank
selfie.
you, Drew. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
They do not
It's so nice to meet you.
have any online presence or care. And when I run to the group and I go, oh my God, did you hear this? They're like, who cares? If I tell them, oh, the internet's mad at me, and I tell them what happened, they never understand.
Yeah, I love that for you.
Yeah.
But like
They don't care.
so basically the point though is that like people can't use certain Reddit subreddits and they can't see certain kinds of news. Like they wouldn't be able to see like Gaza protests.
They
haven't mentioned any of it.
are massive. Well, they have their sources.
Yeah.
Like they've been following and they've been vocally outspoken against Israel for years, right? And again,
Right. What I'm saying is, can you see that stuff now though?
I don't know. And even if it was, they wouldn't bring it up because they just don't care.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
The more interesting thing is the point of the law to ban porn hasn't seemed to be affected at all. Like it's just as easy to access as before, but everyday normal stuff now is impossible to access. How weird. Wait, is Drew doing a soul link? That's cool. That's really cool. Drew was also very lovely, by the way. Everyone was really nice. I'm Welsh. It's affected people I know. Fucking Spotify. I want to listen to music without proving my age. It's so weird.
Well, I should ask him. Shall I ask both?
It's so weird.
I'll ask Bo if it's affected him.
Man, yeah, please do. I'd be interested to see what he has to say. Young people cannot access any information about sexual assault or potential abuse, meaning that they are less able to identify abuse and more likely to be exploited. Fucking crazy, dude. Also worth noting the Conservatives brought this in and it's only just come into effect now. But it sounds like one of the far-right UK parties is against it. I too am sad that the Nuzlocke Invitational group picture was missing Alanah, to be clear. No clever username. It's because I got there later than everybody else. But I assumed there would be a group picture at the end, and there wasn't. So I too am sad. It's a real bummer. And missing Luke. MVP. He did such a good job. Soul Link not confirmed with Ludwig. Oh, the one they were talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I actually had the ability to beat Ludwig. I had told Drew that. I could have beaten Ludwig. I really couldn't do shit about Ray or Leslie. But I had a chance against Lud. We lowered voting age to 16, then banned 18 plus. Stuff like this is such a stupid move politically. Yeah, so I do want to know who agrees with it. Because it seems so obviously bad. Do you know what I mean? It seems so clearly bad. Thank you, Dread Snappy. That means a lot. Thank you so much. It was a really fun event, yeah. The Tories, Libs, Dems, and Labour all seem for it. Really? Reform Party have zero substance to anything they're vocal for against their grifters. Oh, okay, so they're just saying whatever will be more popular, like kind of like what Trump does. I've seen a post on X claiming the Nvidia app wouldn't allow them to access the game until age verified. Jesus Christ, man. Wild. That's actually a really good point, Bruce64. This feels like a first taste of the sweeping data manipulation capabilities AI has empowered governments with. Because they've been meaning to do this for a long time, right? I feel like governments have been wanting to censor the internet for a long time. It is one place that is very, very free for the people. And, you know, for all of the pitfalls of social media, my favorite thing about social media is that it kind of removes classism from social conversation. Like, there are a lot of ways in which you could previously only have a voice if you had some kind of status or some kind of class. The internet completely removes that. It gives people an equal footing to have a voice. Obviously, like, following ends up factoring into that, but you don't have to come from a particular class or a particular social standing to gain that. Like, it is pretty wonderful. Feel very positively about that particular factor of social media, or at least the way that it used to be. It's not really like that anymore, but it was like that at the very least. There are also tremendous downsides, clearly, obviously. And I can see that being extremely frustrating for the powers that be. Again, that the people are allowed to say whatever they want, are extremely critical of numerous facets of this kind of freedom of speech type shit. I really didn't articulate that well, but you know what I mean. And the government and groups like Collective Shout have been trying to censor the internet for a very long time. I was part of a debate team about this exact topic while I was in high school, where even back then I was very staunchly against censoring the internet. Super passionate about it back then, especially because I spent so much time on fucking 4chan. But this is kind of the first time they've been able to do anything. Like, because of the exponential improvements in AI recently, it's actually kind of only feasible now that they can scan your face. It previously kind of wasn't possible, so I'm actually not surprised that this is happening at the exact time that it is. It's also really convenient for the stock market. I know I talk about the stock market a lot. I know, okay? It's always relevant in so far as all of these companies are repeatedly, like, aggressively investing in AI, telling their shareholders that AI is going to change the world, which does mean that in order to keep making that money, they actually do have to find as many use cases for AI as possible. And I think if you get to be the security company that's on the forefront of, like, well, here we are, we're letting people scan to make children prove their ages, that is basically someone increasing shareholder value. It is extremely profitable to justify the use of AI for a whole fucking country in that way. There's a lot of money in that. There's a lot of money in that. If people have to show ID to see this content, they will instead go illegal routes. They see even worse content. Not necessarily. I mean, because the illegal routes are so easy at this point that I don't know that it's necessarily going to like shove people down a pipeline of worse content. I mean, I think you'd really just go for a VPN and do the Death Stranding face scanning thing people are talking about, which is so fucking funny. That Decima engine's so good, dude. I think they genuinely have the best faces in the games industry. Their faces look so fantastic. That goddamn Decima engine. Because like there are a lot of companies that really, really struggle with realistic human faces in video games. It can be a real challenge. If you look at how I look in Cyberpunk, my face in Cyberpunk, you can fucking see it. It's right there. Sorry, I'm literally cleaning my keyboard right now. It looked nasty, so we gotta just clean that up real quick. I'm talking about making VPNs illegal here. Man, you know, Jesus Christ. This is just where we're at. Oh, which I guess she gets you. So let's keep going, shall we? The mass gating of information prevents people under 18 in the UK from accessing independent reporting and community analysis of breaking news. Instead, young people are fed sanitized, mainstream, or government-approved narratives. It's crucial for young people to learn and become educated about the world and also be able to gain access to information outside government propaganda and the mainstream media. Yeah. These laws limit young people's opportunities for critical thinking and civic understanding, and they isolate young people from global perspectives, which is just like, again, protect the children. Excuse me, are we really going to pretend that, like, just shoving their heads in the sand is protecting them? Like, what is that actually a solution to? Young people grow up and become world leaders and advocates, and they're already fucking brain rotted from all the goddamn time they spend on TikTok. Do we really want young people? Again, they don't just stay young people. They contribute to society to not have access to information. They also prevent them from connecting with other... thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. Let me pull that up in a sec. Prevent them connecting with other young people in foreign countries, and the way enforcement of these child safety laws works, platforms are forced to err on the side of caution by overblocking vague categories of potentially disturbing content. So yeah, the exact same thing that's been happening in video games. The exact same thing. It's basically just, again, I don't think protect the children is valid. It's just control. Protect the children is the ultimate scapegoat for power and control every fucking time. Young people are also being forced to provide highly sensitive personal data like government documents, selfies, and biometric scans. Organizations including the Electric Frontier Foundation and the Open Rights Group have flagged serious concerns that these age verification policies are a private nightmare. Meanwhile, VPN use is surging, potentially exposing young people to even less regulated corners of the web, which is, I guess, what someone in chat was saying before. That doesn't seem as valid to me, but I guess not impossible, which totally undermines the people's stated child safety goals, not to mention the proliferation of free or shady VPN apps also raises privacy risks. Also, I just want to note that age verification does not protect youth from anything but information the government doesn't like. The government should not have control in what we can or can't see. Young people still find a way to access porn. They're simply locked out of accessing crucial content about news, health, privacy, etc. These laws don't account for the educational use or parental supervision on platforms. They just create a binary system where all graphic or controversial content is treated the same regardless of context. She's right. Everything said here is right. Lower the voting age, but not let them be informed. Yeah, why are they trying to lower the voting age? Like, that happening in conjunction with this seems very, very odd. Similar to the abortion debate? Yeah. Not in all cases, but in some, people will go down illegal content rabbit holes. Okay, maybe this is just a thing I don't really know anything about, but how would just, like, using a VPN lead people to, like, the dark web? You know? I feel like it's kind of a leap. Lowering voting age is a knee-jerk response to reform surge. Interesting. They're just trying to get more votes. That too tracks. It's gonna backfire with young men, yeah. A lot of the current 16-year-olds prefer Labour. They're lowering the voting age for the votes. Sorry, which wing is Labour? Is that your leftist party or your rightist party? I agree with lowering the voting age. The maximum voting age? Dude, I'm totally with you on that one. Left, okay. Yeah, I mean, I know they're probably centrist because left doesn't really exist, but okay, they're the Tories. Wait. Labour is left. Hang on. Labour left / Tories right, reform far. Yeah, Tories are right, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought because the fuck the Tories I thought was their right wing. Okay, got it. Also, I just want to note that the age verification does not protect. Yeah, okay. Everything that's happening in the UK right now could happen in the US if people don't start fighting back. It sounds like the Trump administration is against it, though. By the sounds of things. Tories are the Australian Liberals. That is the right. Got it. Okay, yeah. Labour left, Tories right. Yeah, okay. So it's similar in Australia, hilariously, though. I'm sure I've said this on stream before. Labour is left in Australia. Our right party is called Liberals. So Labour, left, Liberal, right. It's very weird. And again, I understand that left is really just centre. We don't really have left. I guess outside of the US, they might have some slightly more leftist policies, but even that's kind of being eradicated. You need to get a TOR browser to access the dark web anyway, not just a VPN. You also need knowledge on how to access it. Yeah, I don't know. Liberals should be forced to change their name. Hard agree. It's so misleading. Also, blue and red are flipped between AU and yeah, totally. It's very, very strange. Very strange. Republican Party does their control at state level first, which is why you see places like Texas already pushing this shit. It eventually makes it to a national level. Yeah, the states should be able to choose thing never really seems to last because suddenly those states try to push it nationally anyway. You know? Only Americans call left liberals. Yeah, to be clear, I've had to look that up on stream before because it has confused the shit out of me. Where, like, someone sent me a clip of Hassan saying that he hates liberals. And I was like, what? Because liberal means a different thing to Americans than what it actually means, I guess? Someone explained this to me a while ago, but I don't remember. But, like, liberalism as a policy... policy is not the right word, as a concept is about people having like the individualism is your individual rights and your individual autonomy is important, individual freedoms. That's not the case in the US? Question mark. It's liberal in the economic sense versus liberal in the social sense. Yeah. Here in Brazil, being liberal is right-wing as fuck? Really? No, I'm not talking about libertarians. That's a whole other thing. But, like, liberal as a word basically means progressive. Liberal is useless philosophy because it's still a capitalist philosophy. But it's, again, that's not quite the definition. I feel like the definition is maybe evolved. And now liberal means a whole other thing. Because it used to, like when I was taught the phrase in school, just meant liberty. It's just liberty. They usually mean neoliberal, so individuals doing whatever they want and the government isn't allowed to say no, free market capitalism lovers. Oh, so when you say liberals, you kind of are referring to libertarians. Yeah, and the right still says stick it to the libs. The right still call me a liberal. It's very confusing. The right are calling me a libtard, though. In America, liberals are Democrats and progressives are leftists. Bro, I'm fucking confused. That's all I'm trying to say, is that it's like a thing that, like, I need to figure out, because I just avoid using the word liberal at all anymore, because I don't really know what it means now. Like, again, liberal in my head means liberty, freedom, and equality. So that's the word I was taught in school. And now I feel like it's a whole other thing and it's really confusing. Or maybe it's just the like the Australian usage of the word is different. Or whatever, it's changed is all I'm trying to say. Classical liberalism? Yeah, sure. Yeah. You don't really use liberal in the UK? I guess, yeah, maybe I just don't use that word. I mean, that's the truth. I don't use that word anymore. Same as Democrat now, not so black and white as it used to be. Democrats are a really complicated one in the US because I don't know any Democrats. People tend to assume I'm a Democrat, but I don't know any Democrats. I probably know people who are like registered Democrats because you have to fucking register to a party to vote, which is the weirdest thing in the world. But like, I don't know anyone who actually likes the Dems. Not even one person. It's very odd. Liberalism and conservatism aren't actually that different. The only difference is whether you're a capitalist who believes in forcing normative behaviors, conservatives on not liberals. Okay, so when people saying liberals, it sounds like what you're saying is that they're more aligned with libertarians. Like conceptually? You don't have to register to vote? What? Yeah, you do, don't you? Not really? Okay. I'm confused. Liberal usually means center right? It's so weird because, again, that word to me is leftist inherently. I'm confused. So I just stopped using the word. Libertarians fall in line with more right wing. I know that. I know libertarians are more right wing. That's why I'm saying is liberals similar to libertarians. Because libertarians are definitely like pro-capitalist, but like they're just pro do whatever I want unless it's abortion. Liberal in America is center to center right. I get that. But what does it mean? No, liberals favor regulation to protect markets, whereas libertarian wouldn't. Libertarians believe in small limited government. Liberals don't necessarily go for small government, only limited government regulation of the market. Okay, so liberals are like super pro-capitalism? I completely agree, Shojat, that the word liberal is used to refer to progressives. I completely agree, and that's why I think I find it confusing. Because, again, the word liberal that I was taught meant liberty and equality and freedom and is progressive. And when the right are saying, own the libs, they're referring to leftists. They're referring to people like me. I get called a liberal. But then the way y'all are talking about liberals is a whole separate thing. Liberal and gay capitalism, conservatives are religious capitalism. Okay, interesting. As a political ideology, the meaning is heavily influenced by the local culture and political history. That's not helpful. What does that even mean? It means neo-libs, so Thatcher and Ronald Reagan, aka... Wait. Thatcher and Ronald Reagan would be considered liberals? This is a separate stream and I should look this up. I think liberal used to mean left, but since it's still capitalist, people started using leftist. That is what what I currently think is that liberal used to / still sort of does means left, but it doesn't anymore. Like it used to, but that's not a thing now. Not even everyone in chat can agree. True. Liberal was never left. It definitely was. Like I get what you're saying, but people 5 years ago would call me a lib. So like even if you're saying it's not correct, it's definitely how the word was / is used. That I get called a lib because I'm leftist / progressive. My politics are progressive. So they used like the own the libs, fuck liberals, you're a dirty liberal is referring to me. So the people that word is used to just refer to leftist. You understand what I'm saying? Even if you're saying that it's not correct, that is how it has been used. Different countries have different meanings. So yeah, we just stop using the fucking word. You know what I mean? It's very confusing. Yeah, even you guys are disagreeing with each other. Liberal and progressive is two different things. Look, I'm in agreement that I recognize that's a thing, but maybe not everybody recognizes that that's a thing and they're confused. When liberal is used as an insult, it's referring to anyone further right than they are? No! People call me a lib, and it's referring to people who are because I'm too far left. People call me that word for being leftist from the right. But it sounds like there are also leftists who use liberal negatively for people who are further in the center. I don't fucking know. Whatever. We'll just figure this out a different time. It's a lot. It's a lot. Marjorie Taylor Greene is now called a liberal? Wait, really? The establishment Democrats are still using liberal as they like dressing. They claim to be liberal, but they are not anymore. Right-winger mean it to call you a commie. Commies usually say pro-capitalist. Yeah, I think right-wingers mean it to call me a commie. I think the right just lumps anybody on the left as liberals. That seems correct. That seems correct. The word liberal in the US refers to anyone who is seen as center-left to far-left, anyone who is not rightist. Liberalism is a large family of ideologies in which neoliberalism, classical liberalism, conservatism fall into. But if you're center-left to far-left, how could you be conservative? And then you said it's far-left, but then the next person said it's more right than progressive. But not as far right as conservative. What the fuck? Well, hang on. Well, I'm gonna figure this out later. I did actually ask Hassan about this once. I think I was like, what? But I don't think he replied because he's really not good at that. That man is not good at replying to messages. Liberalism and liberals are not the same thing? I'm gonna shoot myself in the face. I'm gonna shoot myself in the face. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm just gonna kill myself. I'm gonna off myself live on camera right now. What are you fucking talking about? All I'm saying is it was a word I was taught in school and it meant a specific thing and now it doesn't fucking mean that thing anymore and people use it to insult me, but then people that I align with politically use it to insult other people and I don't know what's going on. You can't because you're a live, you don't have a gun, that's bullshit. Or do I? I'm actually in the process of buying a shotgun. Which is like also just like a weird, dude, the political spectrum's gotten so bad. Everyone just fucking assumes the things of everybody. And let me just say, pro-gun. Also pro-gun control. That's it. I have so many friends who are lefties who own guns. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yes, as with many things what we were taught in school was wrong/incomplete. I mean, true, but I also feel like maybe the term has evolved, and that's part of what's confusing. You understand what I'm saying? The best part is a liberal, a progressive, and a conservative could refer to the same person as liberal and all mean it differently. That is the vibe that I'm getting. Is that liberal maybe means different things to multiple people, and thus I feel valid in my confusion. Everyone who says it is saying something entirely different. You can call me a socialist. I'm fine with that. Just call me a socialist. It's fine. You can call me a commie, whatever. Whatever. I would identify as being progressive. That's how I would align. I see as this, how far left can you go before you're right and vice versa? That is a funny bit. Come to the stream at the wrong time. The perfect time. Define liberal right now. Everybody else shut up and let Jay with a E, first time chatter, define what liberal means. Jay, what does liberal mean? Go. Everybody shut up. It's Jay's time to shine. What does it mean? Define it right now. To you personally, Jay. We're all waiting. Last time chatter. Jay, we're all waiting. Come on. Come on. You've been called out. You can't just come in here, Jay with a E, and not tell me what liberal means. Now I'm Hassaning. I said, shut up! You fucking piece. I don't know how. I need to look. I need to find out how he yells so I can do it more efficiently. Do you think he left immediately? Jay, we're all waiting. What's liberal mean? Jay? Jay with the E, tell me. What does it mean? I'm confused. You cannot link things in my chat, I'm sorry. Thank you, Spencer3. Oh, wait, he did reply and I missed it? What did he say? What did he say? Jay? Jay, where are you? Jay? I don't want to get involved. You're involved now, bitch. You showed up. What does it mean? Thank you, Spencer. Explain yourself. Everyone, the amount of fucking things that I've been told in this chat is very confusing. He said this. Oh, wait, hang on. I need to find it again. I came in to say you were going to shoot yourself. Now I'm on the spot. I'll shoot you too. That's a joke. Don't ban me. Don't ban me. Don't ban me. If I shoot myself, you're coming down with me, Jay. Unless you can tell me right now what liberal means. Define it immediately. We're all going down. That's it. We're all done for. Unless you specifically can tell me right fucking now what it means. He's not subscribed, so he can't see me threatening him, which is probably for the best. You may also tell chat to suck your dong. To leftist liberals, conservative light. To conservatives, liberals are socialist demon humpers. So is liberal a made up boogeyman? You know? Is it just like a made up? Don't tell me what Grok says. Get out of here. I don't give a shit what that little bitch says. You would say progressive. See? I think a lot of people think it means progressive. I genuinely think a lot of people think that's right. What J with the E said there is progressive. I think a lot of people think that, and that's why I'm so fucking confused. Let's listen to Mecha Hitler. I would like to know what Mecha Hitler has to say about this. From the eyes of a conservative, liberal snowflakes took away my comedy because of woke. From the eyes of a liberal monsters are helping private companies. Oh my god. Kill myself. That's the only solution. We shut down the internet and I kill myself, I think is what I'm taking away from today's stream. God. Oh, God. Vote for Jay with an E. Jay with an E for president, everybody. He came in here. He let us all know that it meant progressive. We figured it out. He spoke with gospel. Nothing is true unless Jay has said it. That's all it is. That's my goat. He knows what's up. If we ever have any questions about anything, we just ask Jay. Alanah, if you're friends with Caroline Kwan, she could help you. Caroline and I are friends adjacent. We're friendly, but I don't actually know her very well. But Sam always tells me that she thinks we get along really well. I did give him a sub. I already did it, Drew. He's one of us now. He's got a woke badge. In Canada, the Liberal Party is a centrist party. I can't. I'm done. I'm gonna kill myself. Okay. Back to the story, all right? Meanwhile, a lot of people in the media have spent the last several years feeding into the exact moral panic nonsense that laws are predicated on. Sorry, hang on. I need to go further up a little. The US Supreme Court has upheld age verification laws at the state level, which states like Nebraska and New York seeking to adopt similar frameworks. Australia and Ireland are also introducing variants of age checks or digital ID systems. Both the Democrats and the Republicans are completely aligned on ramming age verification. Nice. Through Congress and removing all free speech and the right to anonymity on the web. Leftists have completely dropped the ball and there is no meaningful political opposition to... I mean, that's kind of like... If there's anything that leftists are good at, it's dropping the ball. And there's no meaningful political opposition to these efforts in the US from either party. Not that there are really any leftists in power, but whatever. Meanwhile, a lot of people in media have spent the last several years feeding into the exact moral panic nonsense these laws are predicated on. Don't, Rasaki, I'll ban you. Don't ask. What Jay with an E said is correct, and nobody is allowed to argue with him. Okay? He hath spoken. He hath spoken. And he said liberal means progressive. How do you oppose this and not have people say, see, you don't care about the children? Right. It's exactly the thing that I was talking about in the YouTube video. It's exactly the same thing. Tell my wife that? I will. Praise be to him. God bless. When Jacob and Omar shall... Oh, actually, I need to tell Omar that he's meant to be here at 8:30. Okay. Oh, I did tell him already. I'm on top of it. Okay. We cannot allow our government to normalize censorship in response to a moral panic about technology and social media. I agree. As anyone with any experience in this realm can tell you, these laws start with children but expand rapidly. Indeed, the laws are already leading to adults being unable to receive crucial news and journalistic content across a myriad of platforms. Both Democrats and the Republicans want to destroy our free and open internet and create a world where the only information we're able to access online is sanitized. I definitely agree with that too. So here's the problem, we say over the Right Honourable Lord Blunkett. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. I do think that I don't want the government to have any hand in censorship. I don't think it will. Not only will it not work, it's more that it is far too blanket that I think the damages that come from restricting access to information, especially for marginalized communities, like, you know, like I can't not think of the kid who realizes they're gay at fucking 8 years old and doesn't know how to process these feelings and then finds somewhere on the fucking internet that's a Reddit thread where they can see and access people who've been through something similar. That is so much, there's so much value in that kind of experience online that is so uniquely online, that taking that away to prevent that kid from watching porn, I just can't. It is a slippery slope. I don't like a slippery slope argument in many ways, but I said this in the YouTube video that I posted yesterday. The hashtag new video tag. It's about the video game version of this that's happening right now with Collector Shout. I think freedom of information on the internet is really important, and even if there are things that I don't like, or there's content that I am uncomfortable with, that I don't like, that I don't support, it should be allowed to exist. And censorship never stops at just the stuff that you don't like, as is obviously already happened here. They can't fucking look at quit smoking subreddits. How ridiculous. It's insane. So here's where it's complicated. I don't know what the solution is. It should be on the parents. Also doesn't work. It's not even a slippery slope because they don't actually care about adult content. Oh, completely agree with that. The think of the children as horseshit. Think of the children as horseshit. It's not a real thing. It is just a bullet point that's very difficult to argue against. No one can do it. Like, it's just so easy to go, really? You don't care about fucking children? But it's basically just like a fascist talking point. It's just, let's ban the books because of the children, when really it's just someone is homophobic. You know what I mean? Like, that's all it is. It's absolute garbage. It's just easy means to censor. They don't give a shit about kids. And if you did, you'd be looking at the Catholic Church. As said, I also think that this is probably conveniently happening right now as companies are investing in AI and making cases for using AI in order to scan faces and to verify identification. That is so valuable for these companies, and the stock market projections on AI right now are so big. There's so much money in it. This boom is huge, like the biggest of our lifetime, from the conversations that I've been having with the investors that I had earlier this year. Like, they're like, it's one of the most fucking rapidly money-making things of all time, and everyone needs to get in right now and then get out before it pops. Like, it's fucking wild. So there is so much money in it. Yeah, I saw people comment that censor group was praising Cuties, but I don't know what Cuties is. Nobody is investing money in AI? Is that a joke, Jill Sandwich? Are you joking? Everyone's invested. Okay, good. I was like, I'm familiar with you. You've been here for a while. Are you okay? Huh? yeah, so basically it's also just extremely profitable right now for so many of these companies. I would think they would be lobbying for it and scrambling to try to be the ones to provide that verification system. It is so beneficial, obviously. So again, what is the solution? The actual human solution. Let's hold court right now, everybody. Whatever J with an E says is obviously going to stand. You must all convince J. What is the actual solution to the issue of children being able to see and access horrific things on the internet? Everybody, make your case to J. He will decide which of us is correct. Because I don't know. We need to implement the Doves for Masturbation Act. Bringing it back! That's a lot of doves. For anyone who missed that stream from several years ago, I don't know when it was, I went through the Bible verse that says that every time that you masturbate, you must donate a dove to a church to figure out roughly how many doves humans would need to give on a day-to-day basis. Because there was also, like, women had to give, like, 2 doves for every end of period to the church, who then sacrifices the doves, by the way. You don't get the doves back. There's no, like, cyclical dove thing. The economy would be fundamentally different if the Bible dove situation was real. Because we'd really all be very dependent on doves. And I do kind of think that every time you masturbate, you have to give the church a dove. People would maybe be less likely to masturbate. Which they'd be like, you know what? I kind of don't have it in me to go get a fucking dove and take it to the church today, so I'll just not. Which, bad actually. Masturbation, fine. Don't have a problem with it. Hot take. Hot take. Fine, it's masturbate. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh no. Welcome, Water Show. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Jay, we haven't convinced you yet. Hi, everybody. We're trying to figure out what the solution is to children having access to things that they shouldn't on the internet without government censorship, which is we're against. And also, in case you aren't familiar, every time that you masturbate, according to the Bible, you are supposed to give a live dove to the church. I think it's actually every time you ejaculate. It's not even masturbate. So if you have sex, anytime that you like have an orgasm, you're supposed to give a dove to the church. And maybe if we bring that back, every time a child searches something that they shouldn't on the internet, they have to give a dove to their local church. It's a lot of effort. That's a lot of effort to go through. Think about the amount of doves that you need to buy. Your neighbors will see you bringing doves in and go gooning. You know what I mean? It really would restrict people from doing a lot of things because you don't really want to go and buy the doves. Only when you come edges are so back. Let me check. Hang on. Let me check the terms. Must give dove to church. Dove to church when masturbating? Let me check the actual rule of our Lord J without an E. Something about doves. Doves. I don't remember what. The internet, it's so hard to even search for anything now. I think it was every time you masturbate, you have to. I think it was. It's like It's a Wonderful Life. Every time a person goons and a dove finds them. They kill them though. They kill all the doves, so you can't even rotate the doves. I should have gotten in the dove market rather than trees. You're right. Don't invest in trees, kids. You'll get your bike stolen. Don't do it. If you invest in trees, you'll have your bike stolen. It's a fact. So, what is the actual solution to the problem? That, again, is my question, jokes aside. What is it? Every time. There's just an incredibly well-timed orgy happening just off screen. Oh, God. Yeah, John Woo, it's like furious masturbation policy, and then someone has to let a dove go. But you don't let the doves go. That's part of the problem, is you have to give the dove to the church. And also women have to do it every time they get a period, towards the end of the cycle to be cleansed or something. The dove economy is huge. Thank you so much for the raids, Cinria. Welcome. I think that like we calculated that it was like 2.3 million doves a day or something like that. Like some absurd amount of doves required to make the biblical dove industrial complex actually function. And that's like new doves each day being donated to the church. Again, because they kill them every time. I think it was turtle dove specifically, yeah. Yeah. That's the problem, is everybody would have to have a dove farm. Everybody. Every single person has to have a dove farm in their backyard just to prepare. Sorry, it might have been billion, not million. Sorry, just came into biblical dove industrial complex. Don't worry, you're caught up. You're caught up. You're all caught up. I'll be the new neighborhood dove keeper and make billions. Well, that's part of like the stream where I went over the doves. It would affect reality. It would affect our economy so much. Like, I think that most things we do would be centered around getting doves. Like, most things we do would be centered around access to doves. Who is this guy and why are we looking at him? This is the Right Honourable Lord Blunkett. The church sells them back. No! The church has to kill the doves. The doves are sacrifices. It's so many doves. I actually think maybe every neighborhood has to have some kind of like dove breeder, and you would sequester away a significant portion of your earn. It's basically a tax, right? But it's doves. It's basically dove taxes for gooning. And I think it would just really significantly change the world. Most ethical billionaire if they have the biggest dove farm. But you wouldn't be able to do it for free because, yeah, that's a lot of doves to look after. Or maybe not. Like, I guess if they're breeding... Well, you probably have to have breeder doves, but then a dove gets born and basically immediately gets given to the church. That pipeline's pretty quick. So it's not like you have to feed them. They'd only really be awake for a day. And yeah, then we have to think about like what are the churches going to do with all the dead doves they have every day. Shouting at my girlfriend while sexing, don't finish, I don't have dove money. Exactly. It's a lot of fucking doves, dude. You would need a license for doves, you think? Because that's a whole extra set of red tape. Feed them to the new doves? Maybe they would figure out a system where you could take the sacrificial doves and like turn it into some kind of food. Like that's probably not impossible. Would you want to eat a masturbation dove? Yeah, I think it's fine. The dove is not actually involved in the masturbation. The dove is just given to the church when the masturbation is completed. So it's a lot of doves. It's just a lot of doves. Does the dove masturbate? Here's a philosophical question. If a dove masturbates, does it also have to donate a dove to the church? Is it everybody? Is it just humans? Much to consider. Doveception, exactly. Dove isn't people. Compelling argument. McGonagall. Compelling argument. Much to consider. Is a dove a liberal if it doesn't masturbate? Great question. I don't know. Jay said liberals were progressive, so I have to believe him. He knows best, and his wife is wrong. Do fertilized dove eggs count? No, full dove. Full dove only. Complete dove. Dove also uses brand of deodorant. Can that be used? No, only bird dove. No loopholes. Jesus would know. Jesus would say, oh, you thought you'd get smart and hand me a fucking bar of soap, you piece of shit? Real dove or nothing. Real dove. And again, every time you masturbate, or it might be ejaculate, I don't remember, or every time a woman has a period. And I think the woman has to give both. And it's basically like an apology for being impure, because that's what periods are impure. Hear me out, the doves can also fix Wild Hunter, 2 birds, 1 stone. Nice. I do think the doves could be used to help the homeless. I do think that that is worth considering. That the masturbation dove industrial complex to like sacrificial food source pipeline could be very beneficial. This would inevitably result in some kind of prepaid dove debit system where you future-proof your gooning with massive dove donations for the year. Also true. People would definitely like annually bulk buy doves for discounts, but then you have to keep them alive. You have to keep the doves alive. You can't donate a dead dove. Thank you, Tomjug. Dove inflation would be a huge problem. Dove inflation would be a huge problem. There's a lot to consider. I feel that religiously speaking, a fertilized dove egg is already a dove. That's a good point. I think that you could make the case to Jesus that if the egg is fertilized, it's already a dove. Does that help us though? Is that beneficial to the cause? I don't know that it is. Makes you wonder if there's a time of year when people masturbate more. You think people masturbate more or less on but surely we can find out the Pornhub stats on Valentine's Day. Most porn usage stats, Pornhub. I don't know if there's a particular day. Traffic and time on site. This is not quite... That's how long they spend on the site, though. That's not quite the same. That's not quite the same. Oh, I love these. It's so funny. Oh my god, South Dakota loves hot babes. That's so funny. Alaska anal dildo. Naked women! Oh, Pennsylvania, look at you go! Wow, Maine likes hairy bushes, huh? That's crazy. Wow. Hentai popping off, dude. Wow. Damn. We love our wives here in New Mexico. Okay, hang on. Give me the time on traffic, popular categories, gay searches, demographics. No, none of this is... affecting traffic. Holidays and events affecting traffic. Less masturbation on Thanksgiving Day. You can't give thanks and masturbate at the same time. Alanah's watching Friends Mom, aka Robin. Shut up, big up Robin. Shout out Robin. Assumption of Mary. Easter Sunday. Damn, yeah, you can't give thanks and masturbate at the same time. But where's the pluses? I want the pluses. They cultural around the video. Drastically change people's porn consumption habits. That's crazy. Okay, election day insights. Give me those. What happened to Pornhub? Kind of down. That's pretty crazy. The eclipse, what did the eclipse do? Wow, massively down across the board. Eurovision, I bet it went up. It didn't. Why are they all minus? Pornhub, give me the ups. I really do wonder what day people jerk off the most every year, because that's like that big dove day. You know, like the dove masturbation industrial complex is like, you know, there are all these dove owners who are rich, obviously. Are all just sitting there being like, yeah, sorry, man, gonna be real busy catching up. You understand, Valentine's Day is coming up, gonna be a big day for us. Big dove day for us. I'll catch you maybe sometime in March. It's tough. If it's not a holiday, then it probably just fluctuates randomly. Fluctuation is never random. Much to consider. I'm not against doing another Dove stream. We could, you know, we could write it down and figure it out. We could write it down and figure it out. It's maybe retime to visit the Dove. Trending search is mature 50 plus. 385% increase? Wow. Business trip? Oh, français. Oh, orgasme français. Oh, Jacob. Beautiful sex. I feel like I'm gonna get banned for even looking. I'm technically on the Pornhub website right now. I feel like maybe I shouldn't be doing that. We could do that maybe some other time. Just when I put up the sex detective video. You know what I mean? If I became an OnlyFans model, would I be able to charge people in doves? Genuinely, I think it would change the entire economy. I think everything would be so different. Like the whole... Yes. Everything's different. Is a French orgasm different than just an orgasm? Yes. It's sort of cursive. You know what I mean? It's cursive. It sounds different. Pox would never see pigeons again. Yeah, doves would control... You would trade doves for everything. You'd be trading people in doves, which is like fucking wild. I feel like we also wouldn't be able to hide masturbation. So maybe there'd be less sex shame. Maybe there would be, like, people would be less ashamed to admit that they're having sex. Because you can't really hide that you're, like, fucking smuggling doves to the church. And you'd see your mates there. It'd be a social gathering. You'd be like, oh yeah, just gonna drop off a couple of doves at the church. If you get my meaning. You wonder what the lychee tastes like? Oh shit, you dropping off some doves? Damn. I'll drop off some doves to that. That's what I'm saying. And I would. Can we change the Lord Blunkett picture back to that Sweetie Fox on the PH site because I'm trying to get my dove on? No. You're actually, if you're in my chat right now, I think Jay with the E would agree with me. That you're actually only allowed to goon to the Right Honourable the Lord Blunkett facts. I don't make the rules, sorry. It's Jay. Jay did it. That being said, what if you're not religious? Then you go to hell, bro. Obviously. Burn in hell, I guess. Jeez. What did I think of the Nuzzle invitation? I thought it was fantastic and I had a really fun time. Thank you so much for asking. I really enjoyed myself. It was great. Really, really great time. Paying Dove Toll and putting things in my hole. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. If a man doesn't have the Right Honourable the Lord in his name, I'm not giving away a dove for him. He's not getting a dove ever in my life. He doesn't deserve my dove. If you don't have the Right Honourable the Lord facts. Apparently the UK government blocked the gooning for Blunkett subreddit. No! What will we do? So look, in conclusion, everybody, I'm about to watch The War of the Worlds. I'll have a YouTube video review up. Jacob and Omar are coming over and I'm really excited about it because I love doing bad movie reviews. We do not figure out a solution. We are in the camp of agreeing that censoring the internet, bad. Don't want it. Feel really negatively about it. Don't want it. Don't want it to happen. I actually think that the solution is that it's a tale as old as time, and I think, realistically, kids were fucking looking at magazines, and before that, they were trying to perv on their neighbors. I think really trying to suppress that is in some ways against human nature and dumb. Just dumb as shit. I am concerned about the effects of social media on people psychologically, but that's everybody, not just kids. Or their friends' moms. Yeah, or their friends' sisters, you know. To answer the question, the most popular day for smuggling doves is Sunday. Is that allowed? Because isn't that like the day of the Lord? Are you allowed to masturbate on a Sunday? Can't look at porn, but you can kill people for your country. Yeah, it's absurd. Like, I do think parents need to really monitor what their kids are doing more, and that is the only actually feasible solution. And I know that that doesn't really work either, so perhaps actionable solution is more access to education for parents. Maybe that is the actual fix, is teaching parents about the things that kids are using and finding some means to encourage them to be more involved. It's just fucking hard to ask when the economy is so shit and everybody's so tired all the time to like ask them to go home and then learn. But yeah, kind of. Parent university, that's what I'm talking about. Schools should be teaching kids this too. How do you teach kids not to look at... If you tell kids, hey kids, don't look at porn unless it's the Right Honorable the Lord Blunkett Pickfax, they're just going to want to do it. VPN is also the solution, at least on Windows and Android. Well, yeah, the VPN is a solution around censorship for now. Yeah. It's literally what Catholic school was like. Totally. It's not helpful. Parents need to adapt since they're the ones buying the kids' iPads and shoving faces into their screens. Yeah. Yeah. This has really bad reviews. Yeah. It's supposed to be the worst movie ever made. I'm so excited. Can you get porn in Braille? That's a great question. Probably, right? Someone's probably written smut in Braille. If the government only had made sure we had the necessary tools and time to actually care for our families. Yeah. That's, you know what? Bold move. The actual solution is to take better care of your people so that they feel like they maybe have more time to actually be able to help their kids with this shit. Ugh. Get rid of capitalism and shut down the internet, I think is the big two. To be clear, I'm not trying to get rid of capitalism 100% because there are upsides to capitalism. Just really change it from what it is. Just really change it. Because I think like people having the ability to give money to a game developer because their game was good and the market going in the direction of, great, I'm giving you money and now you have more money to make the next thing. That is a product of capitalism. Cool. We like having art. However, many downsides also. Socialized capitalism is my... You know? Yeah, I still only hear very badly informed ideas and stuff you clearly haven't an actual clue about. Shut up, loser. I appreciate your apology, but no. No, I banned him. Get out of here. He did come back to apologize, which I appreciate, but no. It's not happening. It's not a matter of restriction, it's a matter of teaching healthy boundaries. Yes, my love? Yeah, I'm wrapping up. It's not a matter of restriction, it's a matter of teaching healthy boundaries and satisfying their curiosity. There are safe and healthy ways to teach this, but yeah, ultimately our society doesn't support best practices. The problem is society at the end of the day. So I'll leave you all with that. Remember, if you goon, do it to the Right Honorable the Lord Blunkett Pickfax and donate a dove to your local church. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate your time. Be safe. Get yourself some doves. Good night, everybody. I'll see you again soon. I might go live tomorrow night to react to the Nintendo Direct. I don't know yet. Don't ask me questions.